But also the presenters and the guest designers learning new techniques. Claire McDonald's, my favourite guest designer. Her wire work is absolutely amazing, astounding. I love how the channel's evolved recently. I love the prices that we get, and the customer service is fantastic. Advice for somebody starting out in Jewellery Maker would be to have a little go at everything, see what you like, and then go with that, because you'll excel at whatever you're enjoying.
Get creating stunning designs in no time at all with this brilliant Introduction to Kumihimo DVD with guest designer Sarah Elvin. These easy-to-follow steps on this DVD will make you feel like you have your own personal tutor and will show you the best techniques to get you started with this amazing medium. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with Jewellery Maker.
Did you know when you book on a Jewellery Maker workshop, you are given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre. If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Hello everybody, welcome one and all to Jewellery Maker. It's carnival day, da 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 da. Hence the glitz, gone for a bit of glitz. Was going to go for face paint, but power's gone, no lights, impossible to do that. Today though, to add some light and some sparkle to our day for Carnival Fever, I'm joined by a wonderful guest designer who really has made some truly exquisite pieces. I'm joined by the wonderful Gemma Crow.
Hello.
Hey Gem, how are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
Carnival. What does it mean for you?
Well, it means Rio and bright colours and dancing and drums, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Definitely.
Fun and colourful and bright.
And you've definitely got fun and colourful collections today, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Loads and loads and loads of it. You've got such a beautiful selection that's coming up for you. This is texture, colour-tastic.
Yeah, it is. It's really got that party vibe, hasn't it?
Really is. Oh, those earrings are falling over. Get up, earrings! What are you doing? We've got loads coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. We truly have, and I'm going to get straight into it, if I may. We're going to be starting off with a stunner of a shell strand. Absolutely huge, mammoth, and brand spanking new. I have got serious quantity of these, but it does not mean that you can hasten. Does that even make sense? What does hasten even mean? It does not mean you can hang around. 0800 644 655 is our free phone number if you want to get involved today. Even if you're brand spanking new, why don't you treat yourself to something? You can get a free DVD and booklet with us today if you place your first order, and it is absolutely free to do so. Adding these to your order is going to be so beautiful because look at the detailing on these. Look at that wonderful leaf design, almost like a maple leaf. The maple leaf itself had lots of really beautiful and positive connotations alongside it. Lots of people see it as a sign of luck, as a sign of wealth. You've got these wonderful etchings on there. And can you see, because this is your shell, how you've got that iridescence that just kind of sparkles underneath the surface? Can you see that? Look at how elegant that is and how it's going to give so much depth and detail to these. Brand spanking new, never ever been seen by themselves ever at all. And if you want to come in and get your hands on these, it's easy to do so, because essentially it is that free phone number. Of course, you can download the app. But what I would say with these, if you're adding them to your order, because of that beautiful shaping, because of that nature design on them, they're going to stay in fashion, aren't they? This is something that I believe never ever goes out of fashion, really. You get that wonderful nature tone. I think a lot of us are inspired actually by nature, aren't we? A lot of us will do floral designs, we'll do kind of these leaf-like designs in our pieces. So you've got something here that's going to last and last and last, that you're going to be able to use not only week in, week out, month in, month out, but year in, year out. This is the type of style and design that doesn't go out of fashion. It's not too over the top, it's not too different and quirky, which can, I think, sometimes age things. These are not. These are absolutely beautiful, a really idyllic look. And as I say, with that shimmer under the surface, really giving a beautiful appeal. And you saw the kits. These are going to go great with them, aren't they? You've got all of those beautiful shells in the kits giving you this wonderful iridescence, that beautiful kind of internal aspect that just shimmers under the surface. It's because it is a shell, so you naturally get that in certain shells, this kind of mother of pearl-esque look. Well, you've most certainly got that appeal and that look with these, and adding that texture from the kit with this is going to go absolutely beautifully. It really, really is. If you want to add these to your order, now is your chance. I'm going to get that price in for you, ladies and gentlemen. You ready for this? Brand new at just £3.95 for all of these. They're absolutely huge. Now is your time to call. People on the web have already been in. Loads of you are treating yourselves to this. Lovely to see you from all over. And I will say, we have got multi-buyers on there. It doesn't surprise me at £3.95. I think these are absolutely beautiful, really exquisite. They're not going to go out of style. For just £3.95, you've got something that isn't just going to last this season, it's going to last this year, next year and the year after. So if you did want to multi-purchase these, absolutely go ahead, absolutely add more of these to your order, because you know it's not something that's going to go out of style. And for £3.95, I don't think you can say that often. I don't feel like, you know, for that kind of price point, you can get something, generally buy something and bet your bottom dollar that it's still going to be in fashion. You know, even it's like that even with larger purchases, isn't it? With the likes of your clothes, with the likes of your dresses, it's exactly the same. You don't know if that's going to stay in style. You don't know if that's going to still be chic in, you know, a year's time or 2 years' time. But I believe these will. Nature's always a big thing. Nature's always something that we can go back to time and time again. And for £3.95 for something that you could probably still be using in 2 years' time, I think that's a great, great, great price. What do you like about this strand, please, Gem?
I love our printed shell strands because they're so versatile. You can put them in your jewellery, but you can also embellish clothes and make accessories because they're so light and that they're nice and flat, so they don't protrude too much if you want them to stick on a lapel or even on your shoes. Or, you know, I've got loads of these. When I went on holiday, I made necklaces and then shoe clips, so I could take one pair of shoes and just clip on the front of my shoes to match my jewellery or my outfit.
Great idea.
And they're really lightweight. I love them, absolutely love them.
That's a great idea. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got 15 in baskets, I'm being told, and I'm also looking, and lots of you are multi-buying on this. Congratulations to you all. I think these are going to go great with your kit, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, definitely, because they add that sort of vibrancy as well, and also shell, so it works with the shell the same. It's got the same sort of lustre.
Absolutely. And I would say with these ones as well, a really nice size, because you've got that 30mm, but as you say, they're dainty at the side profile of them.
Yeah.
So it's going to give you a big, bold look without weighing you down, without being too much over the top.
Yeah.
And because of the size, it's going to be quite a good base for other things. You know, maybe attaching a cab onto this or something would be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't see why not. Actually, never thought of it like that, but you could. And yeah, because if it was a smaller cab as well, it'd be a really nice outline, wouldn't it? Like a mount.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
Loads of you treating yourself to these. Well done to every single one of you. If you do love sheen and shiller and appeal like we have on this, well, guess what I've got coming up for you? This is coming up at about 10 to the hour approximately. These glorious labradorite cabs, and you can see how many I've got there with this glorious optical effect. They're coming up for you later. 1,480 carats worth on these. Do you know what? Do your research. They're coming up at 10 to. Do your research. Have a little look around. Go online. Go and maybe have a look at your favourite web, you know, shopping or whatever channels, and go and have a little look online to see how much you would be expected to pay for 1,480 carats worth of beautifully cut and shaped cabochons, because I'm blown away by our price. Guaranteed under £60. Guaranteed 10 to. They're coming up for you. If you love optical effect, then that's going to be great. And I've got another one with an optical effect for you actually, and this again will go perfectly with the kit because of the texture of it. Moonstone, one of the most ancient gems out there. Well done everyone who got that shell, a great opportunity there, and well done you multi-buyers. I think that is a great saver. These ones are going to go perfectly with that shell and also with this kit. Do you think, Gem?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, they've got so much sort of pearlescence, I did think they were a shell. They're gorgeous. A lovely example of moonstone.
Really is. What do you like about this example?
Just that amount of, it's like a mother of pearl. It's that sort of look. From here, it does look very much like a shell because it's got that same sheen, that same luster.
Yeah.
It's really, really lovely. I love moonstone anyway. It's my son's birthstone too.
Oh, so it's close to your heart then.
Yeah, yeah.
With this strand, I think because you've got those shards, you've got that opportunity for more of that optical effect to take place. Because sometimes if you've got quite a bulbous shape, you've not got as much opportunity on the surface to get that really interesting effect. But with these, because they are elongated, you almost get a full look around the entire gem. So you do get that opportunity for that optical effect, what we call shiller. It's basically the sheen underneath the surface. You might be able to see it in some of these here. Can you see how you've got those kind of blues kind of effects? You can see it on that one as well. These are really, really beautiful to give that kind of texture, to give that effect, and that's what we call shiller, that look right there. And you get it with good quality moonstone. You won't get it with all moonstone, but you have definitely got loads of it on this strand. And I think one of the reasons you've got so much of it on this strand is because of that shape, because of that effect, because of that elongation, which not only gives texture, but it adds a bit of interest to pieces, can add direction, and as I say, goes great with this kit. Loads of you on the phones. I'm going to say 50% of you are multi-buying on this. So if you want to add some more to your order, now's your chance. 0800 644 655 for just £4.95. Free phone number, risk-free buying, because it's 30-day money back guarantee, just £4.95 to get all of this beautiful texture and that great amount of shiller. And like I say, you don't really have to have a big amount of sheen and shiller in a moonstone. You don't always get it at all. But at £4.95 for you today, you've got really, really, really great quality at a really, really, really low price point. It's going to add so much interest and design. How would you incorporate these within your piece? Would you use them as an addition?
I think I would put them, they would make the most impact against the black shell that we've got.
Oh, yes.
I think in that particular design that I've crocheted, I think they would look fantastic. Black, gold and white, great combination.
Absolutely.
And really classic, but you could then put it with your blues and make it quite a nautical look, or... So yeah, really versatile. It's a blank canvas, isn't it? The white tone to it.
Definitely. So. And it's not too much of a harsh white, is it?
No, I know what you mean. It's not a hurt your eyes, dazzle you white. It's quite subtle. It's quite bridal as well. I mean, if you were looking for a very modern sort of take on a tiara, I mean, that would be great. Just threaded through your hair, or, you know, put around your forehead like a... what they call them?
Like a wreath.
Like a wreath, yeah. A garland.
Yes, garland, that's the word.
Yeah. So they're really versatile and really lovely.
Really great opportunity for you to add these to your order. And don't forget, it's just £2.95 postage packaging all day up until midnight. Whether you buy one thing or 101 things, it really is a great opportunity to get involved with us today. Well done to all of you coming in and getting this. Lovely to see every single one of you. £4.95 for all of that shiller, for all of that texture, for that beautiful detail and appeal. I think it is absolutely gorgeous and glorious. And if I do show you it next to the black as well, you'll be able to really get an idea of what beautiful Gemma Crow is talking about. That works.
That's lovely together. Yeah, it is really lovely.
Does just work. I have got a kit coming up for you very, very soon. If you're not entirely sure what a kit is, don't worry, we will explain all in a little bit, but you can treat yourself to loads of deals coming up very, very soon indeed. So do make sure you're staying tuned with us, because we'll be bringing you all of those shells a little bit later on, ladies and gentlemen. £4.95, final chance on that. Make sure you're calling in when you get the opportunity. And speaking of kit, it's now time to do it, and here it is. A kit essentially is something that we send off to our guest designer and we get them to work with it. So we'll send it off a couple of weeks in advance usually, and we say do as you will, and sometimes we might give them a title or a theme or an idea, and we'll just let them run wild with it. And then you get the opportunity to purchase the kit, and you also get free tutorial as well as to things you can do with this kit. So I am going to start off actually showing you the wire, if I may. So lots and lots of you will know all about wire. Wire we use essentially as it's one of our mediums. We call it wire work, and you can create all these beautiful looks and shapes. I've got great a lot of people really care about the gauges we're working with, and I've got two very much loved gauges here. This is 0.8, now that's of a millimetre that we've got here, so quite a nice sturdy wire, but still with lots of movement. And you've got 10 metres there, but you've also got 100 metres worth of the 0.4. You'll be able to see the colour is the same, the makeup is the same, it's just the thickness that is the same. 0.4, great for your weaving, great for building up designs and textures. I'm going to also bring to you the shell, and there is just loads and loads and loads in here. I love the colour combinations you can get with this.
Yeah. And me. It was really difficult to decide, so in the end, because it was carnival, I went with rainbow.
Yes.
And black.
Yeah, rainbow effect.
Yeah. I love how they merge so beautifully together. You know, they really do tone straight through.
They do.
So they're gorgeous.
There's so much you can do with this, there really is. You've got, if I do it this way actually, let me do it this way. You've got kind of the cooler aspect, the more kind of chilled, the more kind of relaxed, I would say, hues here. These quite a cooling, quite a chilled almost, in a literal kind of cool way. You've got these beautiful colours in that really lovely purpley tone and in that blue. And then you can add a little bit of warmth to this if you wanted to, with the likes of those beautiful corals, even the likes of those fiery oranges in there. But if you really want to add a pop, and hey, why not, let's go for that red. Let's go for that big, vibrant red. Hasn't that just lifted it, don't you think? Don't you think that's just brought this added warmth to it? And then still, you've got some more muted hues, in the sense of, although they are black and although they are this sort of cream colour, they're still quite muted. They're not too over the top, they're not in your face too much. And yet still, you've got that gorgeous sheen, which really kind of cascades through the other colours as well. I love this one. It's almost giving you an abalone look, actually, with some of that black shell appeal. So, let me reiterate exactly what we're going to be getting, because you've got a massive amount of shell here. Sizes on average are between around about a 10 by 5 to a 25 by 6. Pretty much that's our averages that we've got running throughout these. And you have got, as you can see, that bright red, the purple, the blue, lovely coral colour. You've got a gentle orange, your black and your cream. So you have got 7 strands there in total. And then you've also got the wire, which was 110 metres worth in those 2 gauges. Should we see what your price could be on your Carnival Crazy? Now that is a price that if you went on our website right now and you could buy these all individually, that's the price you would pay. But not only have we put it together, we've also saved you the hassle of going to add it all to your basket, and we're going to give you inspiration with this collection, and yet still we're giving you a price drop. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your opportunity to get ringing in. You ready? for just £21.95 for all of this. Now per component that works out such a tiny amount. We worked out earlier that actually all of these strands, if they were at, was it £2.95 we did, wasn't it? £2.95, you'd be looking at £20.65. So essentially for another couple of pounds you're getting 110 metres worth of wire. Literally for another kind of what, £1.60 or something, you are getting 110 metres worth of your wire. And when would shell ever be £2.95? I mean, it just doesn't happen, does it? That is a really great opportunity and a really great deal, and not something we get to see often at all. Do you think?
No, it's not. I mean, it's a great price for a kit. They're all there for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everything I've made today is using those components, and so you know you're going to get that. And also I've got loads left as well. There's no way you're going to get through 100 metres of wire in one kit, you know, in this kit anyway. So yeah, it's really versatile, and I've gone gem heavy on every single one, and you know, so it just shows how far it can go.
You really have had fun with it, haven't you? Now, if you do want to add this to your order, maybe you're brand new and you're thinking, oh, I want to get involved, but how do I? I think, personally, the easiest way is the call centre. Numbers at the bottom of your screen, and if you press option 1, you'll get through to the call centre. It's a free phone number, even off your mobiles, and they're really lovely. They're really lovely. They're only a few doors down, super helpful, and it's not like all robotic. It actually speaks to a person, so you can set up your account really quickly, really easy. There isn't a join-in fee. There isn't a, you know, join our club fee of, you know, £15 a month or anything else like that. It's just pay for the products that you're treating yourself to, and it is 30-day money-back guarantee. And I would say if you're getting your kit, I think personally that's a great way to start. I'll be honest, when I started Jewellery Maker, that's exactly what I did. I bought a kit and I followed along step by step at my own leisure, because you can get us back on YouTube. I followed step by step the guest designer, and then that taught me techniques that then meant I could carry on and kind of have my fun with the rest of it. So a great way to get involved. Loads of you with this in your baskets. 10 on the phones. Phone lines have lit up. 15 in baskets, I'm being told by my producer Toby, and there's loads of you adding these to your order. I would just say that we have got multi-buyers on this. Not something you often see with a kit, because usually a kit can be a considered purchase, but today at that price, £21.95, that really is a treat and a half. So well done to all of you, and we haven't limited your orders on this, so if you do want it, now is your time to call, because I am heading on over now to Gemma to show us these wonderful designs. And what I would say to you is a little bit of a helpful hint. If you do want to learn these demonstrations and you are new, just make a little note now of what what time it is, and have a little look at us on YouTube. If you want to watch us back once you've got the order, then you can watch that back on YouTube, and you'll be able to follow along at home. Hello, Gemma Crow.
Hello, Becky Radicon.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
I'm just checking my hair because we haven't got any mirrors in the building
No,
today.
we're way up. So I do apologise.
I got soaking wet as well because we had to park.
Wow,
there's loads
busy
of people
in the car park.
Yeah.
I know. Maybe it's all the electricians.
Yeah, probably.
Now, Gem, what a great collection you've made for us. Tell us a little bit about your process with this.
Well, my kit was called Carnival. To be honest, I didn't know it was Carnival Day. Otherwise, I would have done something carnival-y as well. But I knew, looking at the kit, you know, it made sense that it was called Carnival Collection, or Carnival Crazy, this one. So I wanted to do big and bold, and I had all the colour there, so that's what I did. I've tried out some new techniques for me there as well, like the Viking knit, that's new to me, and putting gemstones in there, but it works so well. And I think this sort of bundle gives you opportunity to try new things.
Definitely.
And not be too worried. I mean, it's not a considered purchase really, so you can really go to town, go crazy.
You can really have fun. Yeah, and I can see, but you said you had loads left over.
Yeah, I got loads, all this in my tray, and all my demo pieces, loads left. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I tell you, I did, with these techniques, I did eat through the 0.8 wire, because Viking knit does eat through the wire quite quickly.
Yeah.
But the 0.4, wow, I've hardly even touched it. So
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of metres.
Yeah.
So where are we going to be starting today?
So I thought I'd show you how to construct this bib style piece. So I'll take you through the plaiting around the neck, making the clasp, making that framework, and then the flowers to sit onto it to give you that really big, vibrant bib.
Perfect.
Is that okay?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So which section are we going to be starting off with?
So we're going to do the framework.
The frame itself.
And that's all one piece. So that's the neckline, all the way around the back of the neck, the clasp, and then splitting that to make a base for your flowers to sit onto.
Fantastic.
Okay.
And the clasp itself as well is attached to
it's all
this
incorporated.
piece. Fab.
Okay, so what I've got here is I've cut off 6 lengths of my 0.8 wire, which is lovely. It's very structural, and especially with 6 lengths of it, 6 wires, it's going to be very strong as well. But individually, they're really nice and easy to work with. So it's perfect for plaiting, where they're making torque style necklaces and solid neck pieces like this. And what I've done is I've cut off enough to go around my neck. This one's a bit small for the demo, enough to go around your neck, but also you need to take into account that some of them are going to be longer to make the bib. So I would go for how long you want the piece and where you want it to sit. So if you want it to sit here, and then add yourself on about 5 inches. So, and that will give you enough leeway to incorporate your clasp and give you all the stages you need.
Great.
Okay. So what I've done here is from the top, I've left enough space to make a clasp. So I've left about 2 inches in this end, and I've just bound it together just temporarily with some 0.4 wire, and that just hold it all together while I plait the strands.
Okay.
So I'm going to tuck that in. At home I use a vice, but here I'm just going to, if you've got one of these macrame mats, which are brilliant, you can just tuck it in under the sides there. And then split this into 3 strands and try and get them lined up so that they're the ones that are sitting next to each other most naturally. Okay, so I've got 2 there, 2 there. So split them into 3 sections. And we're going to do a general plait. Now, I think plait is quite a common technique, but if you don't know how to do it, then it's not easy, is it? So I've taught you through it. So we've got 2 outside ones and a central one, and all we do is alternate taking the outer one to the middle. Okay, so we're going to bring the outer one to the middle, and we're going to try and keep these 2 wires parallel when we're doing it. So I always put my finger on the top as I work. So now I've taken this side into the middle, I need it to take the other side into the middle. So pull it over, keeping my finger on to keep those wires flat, and then the outside into the middle, and then the outside into the middle, and you keep going like that. So and every now and again you will need to straighten your wires out because they'll get all tangled at the other end. Okay, so as you go you'll find your own tension. You want to try and keep it consistent if you can, and I also find that if you exaggerate where you want it to sit, that works better. So instead of bringing it just to the middle, bring it over and then let it fall back to the middle. Does that make sense? So instead of just bringing it to here, where it looks quite loose, if you bring it right over, keep your finger on top to keep it flat, that will help. And then it'll spring back to the centre. And we'll keep going. Okay. So I'm going to do this for as long as you want, until sort of about the collarbone area with these wires.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to continue while you...
Yeah, I can bring something on now. Let me bring these on, because I think personally, with the amount of texture we've got, imagine these maybe as the centres of the flowers.
Yes, yes.
That could work quite nicely, or even if you just wanted to pop 1 or 2 into this side design here, because they're not over the top, you could maybe pop 1 or 2 in there. I also think with the really highly textured one with the Viking knit next to this, I think again possibly something to maybe even pop into the Viking knit.
Yeah, I was just going to say that would look great inside the Viking knit tube.
Yeah, this is your Viking knit section here. It's one of our mediums, and it is a tube of wire, and you could pop these actually in there and just get this little gleam of the colour underneath.
Yeah, that would look lovely.
And these do have colour, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, they do. Not only do they have colour, but look at that sheen. Look at that beautiful movement and appeal. It's because they're shell again, so it's giving you that natural iridescence and a kind of appeal. I've got for you, no don't worry, I've got for you these 2 beautiful hues. You've got the lavender colour, and then you've also got the pink hue. Now these are your 6mm that we have here. One of your most popular sizes in Around. In particular, if you are a beginner, lots and lots of our lovely customers say that they actually prefer to start when they were starting off with working with Around, and possibly because it is something quite relatively relatively simple to work with once you're getting started. It's not too complex to get your head around. It's a really beautiful size, a lovely colour that's going to be a perfect addition to this kit, and we're going to do it for a great deal. Just £5.95 for both of those. I feel like we don't get to see rounds of shell that often at all, and in particular when they're the same size and such an idyllic hues that go perfectly with those 7 strands that we had in the kit, which is now at the bottom of your screen. Very, I've got about 10 in baskets on those ones if you do want to get your hands on them. What do you think of this pairing for that price?
I think it's a fantastic price. Again, really versatile size, great colours. Really nice and light because they're shell. Yeah. So, you know, you can't really go wrong at that price, can you? No. And they're nice because they're lovely in-between colours for this kit. So they would merge the purple to the red, or then this would merge the blue into the red into the blue. So, you know, you can have that sort of graduation continued.
Almost that kind of rainbow in between. Yeah. I love these ones at really £5.95. A really great deal to get something extremely workable that we don't see often, and with a lovely shimmer and sheen as well. Add these to your order easily. Just call the call centre or join us at JewelleryMaker.com for just £5.95. I think that is a sensational way to tie all of this in together. Well done to all of you. Okay, so we've plaited down to approximately the collarbone.
Yeah. So this is a miniature version, what I've got here. But if you measure on your own neck, down to around the collarbone where you want the bib to start. Okay. And then we can then lay it out so you can see sort of roughly how you want this to be. So if I'm saying I'm going to start my plait again around here, because that's going to be the section. Let me move this board up a little bit.
That's all right, don't worry, we're moving the camera, Gemma.
Oh, are you?
Oh, yeah. We're pros like that. Well, I say me. It's Director Maggie, isn't it?
There we go. I'll still come forward a bit there. So if I say that this is the section I want embellished with my flowers, and that's where I need to start plaiting again. So I can just hold that in place there, and then I know that I need to bring these wires down. So let me just pinch that in there a minute. So these wires, we don't want incorporated straight away because they need to come down a bit, they need to come down staggered. So we've got a top row, then a middle row, and then a bottom row. So we want to combine these wires a little bit further along. So all I'm going to do with these is, instead of doing a whole plait, I'm just going to sort of cross them around each other so they're sort of just holding themselves together, really. Mm-hmm. So we'll bring these down a bit further. So then I want my third row to start, and then my second row, sorry, is just there. Then my third row is here, and I'm going to split that further just to incorporate the extra flower that I put on the bottom, because I've done 3 rows and then popped a flower on the bottom as well to give it, elongate it slightly. So we're going to split that last one into 2, okay? Okay. So that's how it will lay out. So we now know that we come back to this point and have to twist these 2 together. So hold them down. Do you know, these boards are so good for all sorts of things. If you can manage to get one, even if you're not a macrame person, they are so useful because you can really push into them and get your designs to sit where you want them to. Okay, so I'm just twisting those, keeping the wires flat, trying not to let them cross over like I just did there. So it always helps to put your finger on top and pull them round. Okay, one or two more twists to go until I'm ready to incorporate them back in to the plait. So one more there. Okay, and now I'm going to bring that back to this top row and plait it. Okay, so all together and continue that plait. Now this is a little bit fiddly at first because you've got it to sit where you got to get it to stay where you've told it to. So hold it nice and firmly with one hand, whichever's easiest for you, until you get that plait started. So I'm just starting it off. Once it's started, you can let it go. Okay, and again, keep it nice and flat. I always put my thumb, if it's down on the top, I put my thumb on top, my finger on top while I plait, and if it's up in the air, I swap hands, always keeping my thumb on top, and that keeps those nice and flat together and parallel. Okay, and it is really, once you get used to it, it's really quick. It's just getting your hands used to doing it.
And is the 0.8 perfect for that?
It is absolutely perfect. I mean, you can use other gauges, like you can use a 1 mil, but that gets quite tiring on the hands and makes maybe a bit too bulky a neck chain. 0.6 you could use, but you would want to use at least 3 strands really to give it some nice strength. So this 0.8 for using a 2-strand plait like this, two individual strands in the plait, is absolutely perfect and really strong. Gives you a really nice strong framework, which we need for hanging so many flowers on. Because although the shell's not overly heavy, in that quantity, it does need something quite strong to hold it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to stop there, pretend I finished that plait, and before I put the flowers on, I think I'll show you how to do the clasps.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I've just got a hook and eye clasp on this necklace. So I'm going to start by making the hook, and if you end up with long tails one end and short tails the other, use the longer tails to make the hook, because that's the bit that takes the most wire. Okay, so I need just one to make a hook, one of these. So what I've got to do is sort the rest of these wires out. So what I'm going to do is, if we spread them open, you can see a bit easier. So what I'm going to do is spread them out how they would be naturally sat after you finish your plait. And I can see if I push this one, which is over the top of the centre, and fold it back on itself, and give it a pinch with my flat pliers, give it a pinch, I can then cut that off. Okay, so I can now cut that nice and neatly there, and I've lost 2 wires. Okay, and then with this one, I'm going to keep one of these for doing the hook, but for this one you can see if I pull that one that way, it's going to anchor itself there. So again, fold it directly over, give it a pinch, and cut it off. So use your flush cutters to get right in tight, and pinch again to keep it nice and flat. Now it's quite flat, it's a bit catchy, but what I'm going to do is when I make my hook, I'm going to wrap these wires around it, and that will cover that section anyway.
Okay.
So I'm going to take one of these wires out the way, one's going to make my hook. So I want my hook to be around this length, I don't want it overly large. So what I want to do is go double that length and take it in my flat nose pliers and bend it back on itself, pinch it in so that it's doubled straight and parallel, and pinch the end so that it's really tight together, so your pliers right on the tip. And when you do this, your wire does want to twist around, so just keep an eye on it, keep doing it gently until you get that wire really pinched nice and tight together, and run the wires down on themselves. Now at this end you've got a loose wire and we want to tie that in, so what I'm going to do is hold with my pliers so I've got a really nice firm grip and this can't slip around. And also a good tip at this point is hold it in this direction. This is the loose wire, this one's fixed, so it's the loose wire that you want in the deepest part of your jaw. That sounds a bit pinicky, but if I held it the other way, the grip is on the wire that's already secure. This one can still move in the jaws.
Great tip.
Yeah, so that can, get you into trouble. So if we grip this side, it's this one that I've got gripped, okay? So I'm going to take that wire and wrap it really nice and tightly. Because it's a 0.8, it's very easy to do with your fingers. Nice and tightly around itself, okay? And then trim that off again in as close as you can get, and keep it all nice and tight together. And then I'm just going to give it a little pinch with my pliers to tuck it right in. Then this tail that you had left, you can use to then wrap around that whole section where you've got those cut wires, and you just take it and let it wrap, let it sort of sit on there until it's all wrapped in. And we get to this point and we're going to nip that off. Okay, so we should have all our ends covered up. That little cut there is going to sit inside the hook, so it's not in danger of getting your skin. And then at the end, I'm going to take my round nose pliers, which I seem to have left in my bag. The hook is going to come up this way, so first I want to do a little curl on the very end. And this isn't just for decorative purposes. This actually helps the hook slide in and out of the loop when we make it. So you tip it back on itself. You can go all the way around if you want, or just tip it like that. That's enough. and then take some bell making pliers or a pen or anything that's nice and round, roughly in the centre of that hook, and roll it back and pinch it down to get that shape. Okay, and then you've got a little hook. You see I've bent it back slightly there as well to give me that shepherd's hook.
Perfect. So that's how you create the hook. We're going to show you how to do the loop in a second, but first off I need to show you this.
Oh, they're pretty. They're like Tahitian pearls, aren't they?
That's exactly what I thought. They look so much like Tahitian pearls, I think. Let me get my mop out of the way. I think they look so much like Tahitian pearls. Why did you instantly think Tahitian pearls?
It's that colour and the lustre, and that, you know, they look perfect, don't they? Look expensive.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
It's really, really beautiful. It's such a glorious colour. And it is super Tahitian looking, isn't it?
Yeah, very much.
It's not like a black pearl.
No.
It's true kind of, it's the teals I think that you see behind it. That give that detail and look. Let me just let you know that this actually is shell, and you can tell by the texture of it, you can tell by the feel of it. But I would say that if this were a Tahitian, you'd be looking at huge prices, and understandably so. This is kind of giving you the look-ish, but obviously nowhere near the price point we're going to do for you. We're saying it looks Tahitian because of that idyllic hue. A Tahitian pearl is a very rare kind of pearl that gives this really interesting shade, but also it gives you a really interesting kind of I would almost say movement of colour. So as I'm looking down on this, I can see in areas where there is slight shade how it's this really rich kind of deep kind of almost bottle green, and then in other areas it's almost like a vintage green that you've got with these, and that's just because of the way in which this cascades the light over the top. So it kind of gives you, as you move it, this different look and appeal as that light moves around. It almost makes it look colour change. It's not, but it almost gives that look. Now these are perfect rounds, which isn't something you get to see in a Tahitian pearl. You don't get to see that kind of evenness often at all, and if you do get to see that evenness of size and of that beautiful surface, you can be paying masses of money. Today, ladies and gentlemen, you've got a Tahitian look, but I would say with more of the strength and evenness of colour, more of the smoothness and detail, and also, of course, due to that beautiful kind of colouring, still with the colour, but not with the price tag. You ready for this? £3.95, ladies and gentlemen. It does give you kind of a hint and a nod towards Tahitian, but of course it's got strength. This is a shell pearl. Genuine pearls, we always say to you, make sure you're careful. Make sure you're careful with a genuine pearl. You know, with the likes of your perfume, your deodorant, your hairspray going near them, because it can have an effect on them. Shell, however, not a real issue for shell. It's super duper sturdy. It does not mind a little bit of hairspray, and that's why they're used time and time again in bridal headwear, in bridal tiaras, and in tiara twists. At £3.95, a great opportunity to add a little bit of look and lustre and texture and colour to your designs. And I will say to you, 15 in baskets I'm being told, and plenty of you multi-buying. Well done to you multi-purchasing. And I will say, more and more of you coming in every single second, adding them to your basket, checking them out. Don't forget, you can pair these with pearls. I think one of these, maybe in the centre of just a plain white pearl bracelet perhaps, would give real interest, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would be lovely. In fact, next to white, that would be so crisp.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Really set it off, wouldn't it?
I'm doing that, Becky.
Oh.
I'm stealing that.
Oh, go on. I'll let you. It's all right. I've made so many of your designs. I think it's only fair.
That's okay then.
£3.95 for you today. Checking them out whilst you can. It's 0800 644 655. And please don't forget for me, if you don't love them, or maybe you buy 3 of these and decide you only want one, you can send them back. Free postage and packaging. £2.95 postage and packaging for us, and it's free send back. If you do not love them, we will put that money back into your account for you. £3.95. Great deal. Names are off my screen. Keep on checking those out whilst you can. Okay, so we've done the hook. Are we getting a bit loopy now?
Yes, we're going to get loopy.
Ah, great.
So what I've done here, I'm distracting myself. I look so dishevelled. I'm not looking at myself
No,
anymore.
I know. I'm feeling the same. I'm feeling the exact same. We had a power cut. That's why.
And a rainstorm. Yeah.
And a rainstorm. Yeah.
Okay, right. So what I've got here is the other end, and I folded the the 4 back on themselves, just like I did to start with the hook, and then I'm left with 2 again. So one of these is going to come back off to the side, just like before, so that we can cover everything up. And the other one is going to make the loop. So we just bend that round, take again a mandrel or a baling pliers if you've got them, and fold that round your pliers, create a loop, and that tail end there, I'm just going to move the pliers. Usually I keep the pliers in when I did this, but because they get in the way when I'm trying to show you, hold on to the loop and then pull this wire around nice and tight, just like we did when we started the hook, and then trim it off when you've got enough wraps around. Now I'd say enough is about 3 wraps around, okay? Give it a trim, and then take the tail wire that you had before, and just the same, we're going to wrap around where the bends are, so cover those ends that might catch, and then pull it all the way around to meet the loop. And then these little ends tuck in nicely. Okay, so there's your base. Now this is a great base for all sorts of work that you do. So you can take that and run with it and do whatever you want on top. I'm just going to show you how to make one of the flowers, and then that flower you repeat and then stitch into this framework. Okay?
Okay, fab.
Right, so very quickly, we need the 0.4 wire.
Of which you had 100 metres worth. It's in the kit at the bottom of your screen.
So you have plenty of that to work with. And then I've graduated my colours, and I use just the oranges and reds and hot colours from the kit. But this one I'll show you in purple. So I've got enough on there to make myself a loop, and then that's up to you, depending on the size of the flower you want. And then we're going to take one end. I've kept the wire on the reel as well, so that I don't have to waste any. Take one end, thread them all on, take the end that's loose, and then thread it back through 1 or 2 of your top of your first shell that you threaded on, and then pull that into a circle. So if I pull it round and round and round nice and slowly, I'll get all those spanning out like a star or a sun, whatever you want to call it, like a flower.
Perfect.
Okay, so try and keep all those facing outwards, but we can adjust as we go. And then just to stop it getting floppy and loosening up, if you just take one wire and bring it down the back, and the other wire and bring it across the front, then that sort of locked that in place for a minute. The loose end, the one that's not attached to the reel, we can start with. So I'm just going to anchor that in there to get out of my way. And all we're going to do is we're going to zigzag across the centre, what will be the hole in the middle of the flower. So we're going to come directly opposite and back and to the next sort of petal, and then across again, and we're letting the wires cross over to make like a spider web effect in the middle. So the first couple sort of take you a little bit of holding on and fiddle a bit more fiddly, but once you've done a few, it gets really quick. So you can see here what I've done to try and keep that shape circular is I've gone north to east and then south to west as soon as possible, as soon as there's an opportunity to do it. And that helps you keep a circle. Otherwise, you could end up with ovals where your tension's tight just north to south, and then you end up with an egg shape rather than a circle.
Okay.
So you just keep bringing those in between the petals and across the other side. Try and alternate which gaps you put them into and keep zigzagging. Once you've finished with this tail, you then can work from the reel. So like I said, I didn't cut it from the reel because that means I don't have any waste. So then up in between the petals, keep going, criss and cross in.
You can see it gets quite a bit sturdier quite quickly,
it
actually.
does, yeah, that's quite sturdy now. I think that will do actually for this one. Okay, so then we have 2 tails left. Keep a little bit of tails on because you'll need those to tie it in. Make as many of these as you need, and then once I've got it like that, I can then just give it a little squidge, and that flattens that middle out and spreads those petals out. And then you just position it onto your framework wherever you want it. So if I start this side, if we turn it over, you can bring the tails then either side of the frame and stitch it in. So stitching it in is basically taking these ends, passing them around the framework and in, threading them through and pulling nice and tight, and then back round. And you do that a couple of times just to secure it. Okay, and that is how this one's made. You just make as many of those as you like, and you'll build a necklace quite quickly. Okay, and you can use whichever colour combinations you want, or you can use all of them, why not?
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Right, and then when you finish, just make sure you tie those tails off, wrap them round and cut them where they're not going to sit and irritate the skin. But that's how you build this necklace.
And what a dynamic necklace it is.
Yeah, and when you can use, brilliant for the next bundle as well.
Yeah, absolutely perfect for that.
Perfect for that bundle.
I'm bringing to you another strand that I wanted to show you, Gem.
Is that shell?
Isn't it so individual and unique? It's got such an interesting satin.
Yeah, it's
finish.
like a matte. Yeah. But still, yeah, satin definitely. I thought it was labradorite. It's like labradorite crossed with shell.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's special. It
Gorgeous.
really is. Take a little look at this, because I think it will go perfectly, obviously.
Yeah.
Because of the look and the detail.
moonstone.
But look what we mean by almost this kind of matte sort of satin finish.
Like a shark.
Yes, it is.
It's exactly like
This
a shark.
is pretty much the shark of the shell world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Each and every one of them giving you that fin-like look.
It is. Very
Finish, you might say.
a shark finish.
It's still got that lovely sheen under the surface though, which I think is a nice juxtaposition between the mattification of it. Because it's got that really lovely juxtaposition with that deepness and but that kind of gentle sheen as well. Really lovely. If you want to add this to your order, now's your opportunity, because I'm about to get that price point in for you. You ready for this? 0800 644 655. £2.95. That is a very, very special deal, and not the type of price we would generally expect on a strand like this.
No. It's lovely. It works so well with the kit.
Really does, doesn't
I think
it?
we've had to do that because that's what we put the ones in the kit at.
Maybe that's got to be it, 'cause you wouldn't expect that normally, would you?
No.
Gemma, get off this
I'm
strand.
sorry, it's like, I know, do you know what it's saying to me? It's saying, I'm moody, but you can change my mind. I think that's what it says, doesn't it?
I love how these gemstones speak to you.
They do.
Like, oh, I'm feeling moody, but
There's a chance you could change my mind.
I
That's
love
what the
that
strand says.
analogy. Oh, Gemma, you're brilliant. I love that. So if you want to change this moody strand's mind, just add it to your order. It's really easy to do. You can join us on JewelleryMaker.com or download our free app too if you're off out somewhere. But why would you when I've got so much more coming up, including more inspiration with Gemma at 3 o'clock. That's coming up for you. Well, just after 3. We've got loads coming up for you throughout the show, so do make sure you are staying tuned. Final chance on this one. At just £2.95. That is a great deal. And actually, I'll show you it with one of these pieces. You'll be able to see. Which one would you put this with?
Okay, so it's going to stay moody and go with the black.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Just a little bit of forebode on there.
Yeah, and it's going to go partying if you put it with the rainbow
Wait, this
Viking
one?
knit one.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. So now
Party.
now it's changed its mind.
That's like a rainbow behind a cloud.
Yes.
A cloudy cloud.
Yes.
10 left, ladies and gents, on this strand if you want to add it. And how many baskets did you say? Over 20. So it's fastest finger first now to check that one out whilst you can. And if you're on the phone, stay on the phone, because we will be with you soon. And this, if you like deep foreboding with a little bit of change my mind fun, you're going to love this star vibe. You've just had all of this colour in all of these beautiful pieces. You've got greens in this kit, you had blues in this kit, you had beautiful bright kind of pinks even in this kit, and we have got them in this star by. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the most mystical gems on the planet, I think. Labradorite. Did you do your research? Did you do your research on the 1,480 carats worth of labradorite? One of the, I would say, most captivating gems on the planet because of this, because of that naturally occurring effect that's happening right before your eyes. This is what we refer to as labradorescence, and it's essentially to do with the structure of the gem and the way in which the light travels, nay, bounces through it. You get this wonderful rainbow-like appeal. You've got lots, even just in this one gem. So right here, kind of at the side, I'm seeing golden tones. It's then going into almost purples and blues. Moving up into this corner too, can you see the kind of pinks? Just in this kind of top area here. Just when that light tilts perfectly, you can see those pink hues. You've got greens, golds, blues, pinks running just through this one magnificent stone. But it's not just the one you're getting. You're getting a whole heap of these, ladies and gentlemen. Just look at this massive amount you're getting. Each and every one will give you a different imprint. Each and every one will give you a different look. And what you're getting with 1,480 carats worth is workability. Even if you're brand spanking new and you've never ever worked with cabochons before, you have got a very, very special opportunity with these. You really do, because even if something goes wrong, it doesn't matter. You have got a lot still to work with. You have got loads still to work with. Say I make something, it's my first make. It's my first make and I design something maybe using one of these and it doesn't go quite right. My wire maybe bends around it a little bit dodgily. Doesn't matter. It does not matter because I've got all of these ones left over. And the great thing about getting that carat weight as well is you could do big, bold, dramatic piece. You could use 10 of these stones in one piece if you wanted and still be likely to have some left over. Now that is going to give a really luxurious feel. When we talk about polymer, which is a clay we work with here at Jewellery Maker, we often talk about adding weight to those pieces to give it that luxurious feel, because if someone comes and picks something up, generally if it feels nice and sturdy and heavy, then it naturally your mind just goes, oh, that must be good quality. Like if you pick up something flimsy, you might think that's not going to be great quality. Same thing with jewellery. With this, with that carat weight, I tell you what, it's going to feel luxurious if you use even just one of these because of that good carat weight and because of the range of sizes. I love this one. Even on the back, look at that detail. That is just captivating. Ladies and gentlemen, you can add this to your order. All you have to do is join us on 0800 644 655 or at jewellerymaker.com, and I'm telling you that now because I'm about to bring in the price. Ladies and gentlemen, for this carat weight, this is astonishing. £34.95. That is incredible. Did you do your research? For 1,480 carats worth. That is so much to work with, even if it goes wrong. That is incredible. Don't you think, Gem?
Yeah, it is incredible.
Let me just, oh go on, I'm going to start counting whilst you chat, if that's all right.
That's what I wanted you to do, because even if you just did the most basic of wraps on there with wire, if you're a wire worker, or you stuck them onto a piece of leather or a piece of copper or even one of our bases, you know, our collar bases or cuff bases, and even if you charge £10 each, you have made a massive profit. Even if you sold them on at £5, £3 each, you're making a massive profit. You know, they're amazing.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I got 30 of these, ladies and gentlemen. 30 of these absolute magical, detailed, beautiful labradorites. This is an incredible, incredible opportunity, in particularly as I'm dropping the price. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not your price point today. You ready for it? Arrows are in. The price is rolling down. Anyone want it for just £29.95 pound each? £1 per pop you're looking at in my kind of pick out here. Obviously you might get 30, you might get 40, you might get 20. It's done on carat weight, but I tell you what, you will definitely be getting 1,480 carats worth, which is going to go on and on and on and on. And with this quality, with that beauty, with that detail and that natural ability to give you that Labrador essence, you are going to have so much fun with these. And Gem, as you said, even if you did sell these for just £3 a pop, you are literally, what, tripling your money? That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tripling your money.
That's amazing. It's amazing value. Absolutely incredible. If you think about it, going on a workshop,
Yeah.
it costs you, what, £70?
Yes.
Great value, I'm not saying it's not, but
No.
if you can't get to the workshops and you just want to teach yourself, by the time you've got through 100 metres of wire and those cabochons, you're going to be pretty much expert.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
even as a training exercise,
Definitely.
you know, that's amazing.
And don't forget, you're not alone. You are not alone in this project. You're not alone in this journey. We have so many things that you can watch. We have tutorials on our website that are free. When you join us for the first time, if you are brand spanking new, you're going to get a DVD with your first order and a booklet, which gives you all of kind of the basics and all the go-tos. And then we do DVDs as well. Call a call centre, ask them, say, have you got any DVDs about cabochons? Because they do. £4.95 we're looking at per DVD usually. That is pretty much an hour's worth of tuition. And with this, you've got, you know, say each DVD has maybe 4 projects. It does vary greatly, but let's say 4 projects. You've got your first 4 here to make your first 4. Probably not going to be the best ones, just those ones there. The rest of this is your practice ones. Those are your practice ones. The rest of this are your good ones. The ones that you do right, the for real ones. Yeah. This is your Christmas presents here. This is your Christmas presents, and these are the ones that actually, do you know what? You've been wearing that piece down the street, and someone goes, "Oh, I love that," and you go, "Oh, well, I've got some at home. If you want to buy this one off me, that's not a problem. No problem, not a problem. You can come onto my website or whatever." A great deal for you, it really is, and like I say, it'll go fantastically with that kit that I brought to you. But also, it's going to go magnificently well with a very, very, very special strand I have coming up after the break. It's most certainly going to whet your appetite.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck.
I started making jewellery about 4 years ago. A friend of mine asked me to go to a class with her, and I love arts and crafts, so I thought, great, that would be lovely. Went along and we did lots of the basic jewellery, such as learning just to attach a clasp. We did a stretchy bracelet, a Byzantine chainmail bracelet, beady beads, all those sort of things. I found out about Jewellery Maker at the classes that I went to. The lady there was very good. She gave us a lot of her suppliers that she used, and she also mentioned Jewellery Maker. So I started watching that and got hooked, and just every day it's on in my home. If I'm doing anything at all, it's always on in the background. I love the Jewellery Maker channel because it's a one-stop shop. You can get virtually anything you need from there. It's good quality products. I think the most important thing would be to say Don't be put off by Carol singing. Just turn the sound down slightly.
Topaz is a really popular gemstone within the jewellery making trade. It's traditionally thought as being a light blue, sky blue tone, but actually in its natural form, topaz is clear to yellow. Clear and yellow topazes are referred to as imperial topaz, whereas the sky blue varieties and also London blue topaz are heated to achieve these really desirable colours. Topaz is often coated as well with a metallic oxide or just simply metallic coatings, and these can give rise to many different variants of mystic topaz. These give a really lovely rainbow array when light hits them. Topaz is also incredibly hard, being 8 on the Mohs scale, and also has a good RI, so again it makes it perfect for being set in jewellery.
I told you that this was going to be special, and it most certainly is. One of the crispest, slickest, and most glowing apatites I have ever seen. The glow and the brilliance on this highly unusual for apatite shape is just captivating. I can't actually think of a time that I have had a strand of apatite like this. I can't think of a time where I've had those almost kind of Paraiba hues to an apatite in a shape like this. And I'm glad I've got it today, because for me, as a creative, and I am a massive, huge creative, for me, different shapes add to diversity. Different shapes will help me come up with a different feel, a different story to tell almost in my designs. With this shape, something that I don't get maybe with a round, I have something that is as workable as a round, almost undoubtedly, but that gives me an elegance, that gives me a slender look and appeal, which I believe is extremely elegant. With this shape, I'm bringing to you those swimming pool hues that almost kind of splash actually through the strand. You don't just get, you're not just dipping your toe in the water here. This is a full swimming pool kind of Paraiba look, which doesn't just give you one boring flat look and appeal. It gives you gloss. It gives you oodles and oodles of that different tonality within that same hue. It means that it's not just flat, it's not one-dimensional. This is oh so 3D. You've got almost, it's like, if we are thinking about the swimming pool, it's almost like you've got the shallow end and the deep end in areas here. You've got that shallow end whereby the light kind of just dances gently on the surface. And then looking around it in areas, you're always plummeted into these beautiful deep specks, which just draw you in so much. Truly an exquisite strand I have for you here, and I have to say that we at Jewellery Maker have worked to get this. We haven't really had such a big amount of our Madagascan apatite recently, which is a shame because it is the Madagascan variety that naturally gives those beautiful swimming pool hues. We haven't had too much of it, but now is your opportunity to own this. And if you love interesting gems, then apatite is the one for you. The history, the myths, the folklore, the tale, perfect. But today, I'm bringing it to you in such epic quality that you don't just get that beautiful blue hue, you also get the glow. Look at the glow. Can you see that? Do you see what I mean about here, in this aspect here? It's like you're looking into kind of the deep end of that almost Paraiba swimming pool. And then as I lift it, look at that glow, like that sunlight sparkling on the surface. It's captivating, isn't it? It's almost like you're getting two gems for one because of the idyllic natural Madagascan hue, but also the quality of that shape. That shape is really helping you get that glow, because sometimes with rounds, because of the depth, because it is you know, kind of depth equal throughout the sides, because of that sometimes you don't get that light play. This shape is working to give that glow of this idyllic gem beautifully. I have got a very special strand here, and like I say, we have worked to get this. Ladies and gentlemen, you've got a special treat here. Your price point. For all that you're getting on this strand, a truly, truly spectacular opportunity. The amount you're getting is massive, 105 carats, and because you've got so many carats, you've got so much opportunity for that beautiful, beautiful, idyllic hue and that glow to really shine, to be really shown off. And let's face it, we're thrifty. We're thrifty, I think, as crafters. I really do. I know a lot of people, and I've spoken to a lot of people who actually gone into jewellery making because they were a creative anyway, but because they found that it saved them money. That's how I got into card making and my memory books, because it saved me so much money. When I saw that you could go online and send off your pictures and people would make you a very basic kind of print out memory book, I thought, that is so expensive. Surely I could do that for cheaper and actually enjoy it, and I could. And I think we're all thrifty here at Jewellery Maker. And if you are definitely one of those thrifty people, think about how many pieces of jewellery you can make with this. Think about how many of those beautiful kind of Paraiba hues you can have running through your jewellery. It's going to go perfectly with things you already own and things you are going to own in the future, whether that be clothes or whether that be gemstones in your stash. £50 is just the quality we have here. And yet still, today, something very special is about to happen. Do I believe that this appetite is a £50 strand? Yes, I absolutely do. It's got what I look for in fact, not even a £50 strand. I myself would say be guessing around the £65 mark at Jewellery Maker prices on this. I'm blown away by that. For that amount of glow, for that workable shape as well. Yet we are going to drop this down for you today, ladies and gentlemen. This is rolling down now. When you see the arrows, that's your time to be calling if you've not yet, because that's when we get an influx of people, in particular when it's to the lowest ever price point. It's never ever been that price before. At £50, that is a sensational deal, I believe, a really, really wonderful treat. But today at £29.95, that for me is incredible. You've got oodles to work with here. This isn't just a necklace, this is a suite. This is an entire suite of jewellery for you to be able to work with. Imagine pairing this with the likes of your pearls. Imagine just, okay, I've got 37 of these now, this is not the time to hang around. There's so many of you, people had already enjoyed this and we're already allocating this at that £50 price tag because you saw how glorious that glow is, how wonderful those Paraiba-like hues are. You've got to be very, 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 very quick off the mark with this one. I'm just going to get your names up there. Please be checking this out. Oh, I cannot encourage you enough because it's kind of final countdown on this right now. You can see I've got 27. It's my lucky number, but I tell you what, it won't be lucky for many of you if you do miss out. And I don't want any of you to miss out. Please make sure you're giving this your, you know, can you imagine this in your collection? Have you got any strands in your collection that you think will go with this? Do you think this would go with some pearls? Have you got pearls? Do you think this could go with your pearls? Do you think maybe this would be nice to go with quartzes? These would go, I think, perfectly with quartz. I think really beautiful. Have you got any of those kind of Pantone colours in? You know, Pantone, they class themselves sort of authority, I would say, on colour, and they come up with these colour palettes. Have you got any Pantone colours and hues in your collection? Because this, for me, is like Serenity. It's like the Serenity hue, which is the colour of the year this year. 17 opportunities left. That is just ticking down and down. The phone lines are lit up, and it does not surprise me at all with such a huge price drop. It's a free phone number. You're not paying for that phone number. Even if you're on your mobile, mobile prices to ring an 0800 number used to be looking at about what, 40-50p, I'm sure it was, per minute. No, it's free nowadays off your UK landline and off your UK mobiles. Do check with your provider if you're not sure. £29.95 is genuinely a sensational opportunity. And don't forget, you can also join us at JewelleryMaker.com as well. I think this is going to go so spectacularly well with some of the treats I've got coming up for you. How great is it going to go with that Labradorite I had before the break as well? It's going to work so well with that. I'm just like kind of obsessed really with the glow from this. I just love that rocking motion, look at that beautiful glow, that beautiful appeal you're getting. It's really, really unique and individual. And I think you could do so much with this. Whether you're a wire worker, whether you do your macrame, or other cord knotting techniques such as your macrame, such as your kumihimo, I think this is going to work each and every time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I have 10 left for you. So I'm going to have to leave that with you in a moment. But I will say to you, if you are on the phone lines, make sure you're staying where you are, because if you hang up now, you're going to be put back to the back of the queue and you may well not get this at all. And like I say, it's a free phone number. If you're on hold, don't worry about it. It's a lovely tune. I'm sure it's a lovely tune they've got on. So do make sure you're just holding there and staying there. Well done to everyone. Final opportunity on that one at just $29.95. That price won't stick around for long at all. Well done to every single one of you. Okay. Bringing to you now something that all you chainmail artists will love. Kind of like a little bit of a jump ring showcase now. Starting off with the gold twisted, did you say? The kind of textured. Oh, I absolutely adore these. Hello everybody, if you've just tuned in, my name's Becky. Really nice to be with you today. We're carnival-y today, hence the slight sparkle. We've got today with us a wonderful guest designer who we all love and adore, and is just made so much for us already, and we're going to be back with her to get more demonstrations later on in the show. It is the lovely Gemma Crow. Hey Gem, what are you liking about these textured jump rings in 9mm?
They're fantastic and they're great. I use a lot of really chunky gemstones, so for me the chunky jump ring is ideal because I use them a lot as spaces. Do some chainmail, and 9mm is a great connecting size to connect all your smaller components, so your little bits of Byzantine or your little bits of box weave. Yeah. So they're brilliant for that, to add that bit of detail, but I love them as spaces. They add just that little accent between your gems and help them to show themselves off.
Definitely.
And provide you a little bit of space as well, spread them out a bit.
Absolutely. And definitely make your gemstones go further.
Yeah, that's what
things like that do, don't they?
Definitely.
Jump rings, ladies and gentlemen, are something that our chainmail artists use time and time again. It's essentially getting jump rings and putting them together in a pattern to make amazing jewellery. This is something, though, that we can all use, whether that be to add our clasps on, or as Gemma says, to add as spaces. You've got to be quick off the mark for these ones, because already so many, I know you, chainmail lot, loads of you already coming in for these. You ready for it? Ladies and gentlemen, 100 for just £9.95. That is a gorgeous amount of texture, so much workability in this. You're going to be able to get such an interesting look because of that texture, because of that detail. It almost gives you a little bit of a kind of oldie worldy ancient look, but at the same time it's quite modern, if that makes sense, because of that glorious gold over the top of these, because you've got all of that different play of light. I think for £9.95, you for 100 can easily be making yourself, you know, a pendant, or a really detailed big pendant actually with 100. But you could easily do yourself a little simple chain with these, and you'd be standing out, you'd be unique, you'd be different, you'd be unusual. But at that price point, you can try it, don't like it, doesn't matter, they're open jump rings, you take them apart and you start again. It really is no risk buying, in particular with our 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions, no quibbles. Well done to all of you, £9.95. Like I said, little bit of a showcase really. I've got my second jump ring selection now. Those are flying out the door, you've got to be quick, and I think these ones are going to do the same. You've got the twist detail on these ones here. Really, really lovely high shine effect from that silver too. So Your textured jump rings we had for you, this one very much more of a twisted detail. So the way I describe it, if I just hold one for you, you'll be able to see. The way I describe it is, imagine you've got your jump ring at the centre and then almost a twisted garland that goes over each of them. And as you can see, you've got really, really beautiful look and effect with the different sizes. 10mm and the 12mm. So because you've got that difference in size, it means you can go super duper dainty or really big, bold and beautiful. If you want to get this, you've got to be quick off the mark. Again, our chainmail lot are in today. And thank you all for being with us. Loads of you coming in for them already. 100 pieces yet again in the 2 different sizes. Your price point today. For something that you can do tiny little dainty or big, bold and beautiful with the 2 different sizes, that is a great deal, a great opportunity for you. And again, like I say, these are your jump rings and they have got that beautiful closed detail to them. But if you want to open these and make them into chainmail, you can saw these like you would if you homemade your jump rings themselves. Or of course, you can just snip them with the likes of your flush cutters if you wanted to. These are absolutely lovely kind of detail to them, and you can, these are closed ones, definitely, aren't they? Our jump rings are so amazing quality, sometimes it's really hard to see kind of the closing, although I think they are all closed, I think. But the great thing about using closed ones is you can still use them in chainmail, and it's just where it says insert a closed jump ring, then you can add these ones in. I think they're a wonderful detail, I really do, and a real nice texture and appeal. Well done to all of you. Final one, is it? In the mini showcase. Rose gold. Now, this is a collection that we very rarely get to see even here at Jewellery Maker, and from what I've heard on the grapevine, it's really difficult to get your hands on in general. Have a little look at these ones. Genuine 925. Extremely high quality jump rings in that rose gold. Do you find the same, Gem, that rose gold in sterling silver is a tricky find?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems rose gold has sort of hit the high streets, but the sort of jewellery making suppliers haven't really caught up. And I think we've been ahead of the game all the way along with that. And definitely plating on sterling silver and rose gold is very hard to get a hold of.
Definitely agree with you on that one. Really, really can be tricky to get your hands on. Rose gold is what it says on the tin. You're looking on average, price of rose gold looks to be around about 15% higher generally than that of white gold. So it is a very, very sought after blush colour. And what we have with it here is it's enveloping that gorgeous sterling silver. If you want a collection of 50 of these, because I think that's a big collection that we're bringing to you, in particular as when I've seen them online, you get in packs of 5, 10, maybe 20 for the ones I've seen. And I can tell you what, for 50 you're going to be able to make plenty, and at this price point you don't have to break the bank. £7.95. This is silver. This is genuine sterling silver with that rose gold over the top. A wonderful price point there for something very difficult to see. And I found with everything actually that if you're looking for something a bit different, a bit bespoke, you will be paying more in general. Whether that be, you know, on clothes, whether that be on ingredients. You know, if you get an ingredient for your cooking that's maybe a little bit different, a little bit unusual, you will be paying more than you would maybe for a more known counterpart. So a really special opportunity on those ones. Well done to every single one of you. If you love and adore your precious metals, I have got something that you are going to adore coming up in minutes. So special, unlike anything I've seen before. The only time I've seen this type of design is actually in a clasp, and you might already have that clasp, but I've got the earrings to go with it. £7.95 for you today. Final chance on those ones, and there's about 20 of you with this in your basket. So important you're checking out, and I know lots of people are multi-purchasing on this, probably because I'm thinking of doing a little bit of high-end chainmail with these pieces. So well done to all of you getting those. £7.95, a great opportunity, a wonderful deal there. Nice work to all of you. And bringing for you as well something which I think is going to go perfectly with this is this really, really lovely detailed strand I've got for you. Let me show you this one next to it. Let me just see what you think of that. I think that works really nicely. It's almost bringing out more of those pinks.
Yeah, it does. Abalone and rose gold or copper works really great together. I love it. It warms it up because abalone it's got a lot of cool colours, but you can really bring out the warmer tones in it by mixing it with your rose golds and your golds. Yeah, looks lovely together.
Last chance saloon on those jump rings, ladies and gents. Do apologise for that. That means 30 or less, by the way. So good luck to you. I always feel like I'm doing cheers there. Cheers! Hey! Enjoy! Do have fun with those, ladies and gents. Bringing to you the abalone now, and I've got to say, I've got a cab coming up in 2 cabs in fact, coming up in probably about 20-30 minutes that's going to go so perfectly well with these. I mean, it's idyllic. This, ladies and gentlemen, is your abalone, which is essentially a shell, which is very beautifully one-sided in its appeal and in its look. But we, here at Jewellery Maker, don't just want a one-sided piece on these, we want them back-to-back. So that's exactly what we've done. We've got a lovely amount of detail with these. We're straight on in with that quantity because I don't have loads of these ones. It's unique, it's individual, and you know what? I am going to sneakily just show you very quick. Have you got your eyes peeled? You've got to be quick on this. Boom. How perfect. 30-ish minutes on that, okay? But how perfectly does that go? 34 opportunities. If you're planning on getting your hands on that cab I've just shown you, well, now is your opportunity to add this one to your order because for me, it's an absolute match made. 33 opportunities, ladies and gentlemen, to get this glorious shape, which gives that, I think, very unisex appeal, personally. And because of that detail on both sides, you know it's going to look beautiful in the ears. Whether you wear this, whether you've got a cropped hair or whether you've got your hair tied up, people are going to be able to see each and every one from the front and the back and how different that will give you in its look and in its appeal. Loads of you in for this, 27 left. Your price point, ladies and gents, is just £5.95. I do not recall discussing that, Producer Toby, but I am absolutely loving it. Producer Toby is giving us absolute treats and deals as our producer today, so do make sure that you are adding goodies like this to your collection because I do not remember us discussing that, but I am absolutely fine with it because I love me a bargain. Lots and lots of you have already got this in your basket. I just need to let you know that if you are on the phone lines, we're getting to you ASAP, so don't worry, you're not in for too much of a long wait on this one, but there are only 24 left, so it's well worth that wait. 0800 644 655, ladies and gentlemen. And also don't forget, if you are brand new, free DVD and booklet today with your first order. And what a great way to add this to your collection because it is a bit carnival, isn't it? It is carnival with that beautiful myriad of colours and those beautiful hues. It's got a real nice fun party look about it, hasn't it? That was party, not potty, which I think it sounded like potty. Yeah, potty. Yeah. Party kind of look and detail to it. 19 opportunities left. Good work to every single one of you, and lots of you multi-buying. Unsurprising, actually, because I would never expect a price like that usually on abalone. No, it's usually higher, isn't it? It's come down quite a lot recently. Yeah. But it's always gorgeous, and it's always a winner. Everybody seems to like it. And I'll tell you what else is people are starting to recognise it now. You wear an abalone piece and people say, oh, is that abalone or is that power shell? They know it. It's becoming, popular. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. This just in. Producer Toby saw people wearing abalone in Cornwall. That is the news. Thank you. Bong! I never saw people wearing it in Cornwall. If it's big in Cornwall, well then, next is the world, isn't it really? Well done to you all who've got your hands on these ones. And what I will say is, if you love loads of coloured wires, if you've got loads of coloured wires or you want loads of coloured wires or maybe textured wires, wouldn't this strand go perfectly with loads of different colours? I mean, whether you wanted silver and purple with this, or your blue and purple, or your red and your oranges together, oh my goodness, what a glorious way to add that to a selection, because this has got pretty much every colour you can imagine in each stone, or at least throughout the strand, so I think it will go great with a collection. 13 is left. That is unlucky for some, but not for you if you're already on the phone lines, because we will be getting to you ASAP, and it looks like you're going to get it. From bright, party to something which goes so well with my next star buy. In fact, there's very little this wouldn't go with. This is true luxury. This is truly, for the size of these, bearing in mind for me, when we have this gem, which is a spinel, your carat weights on individual pieces are very, very rarely that high. That's not how Mother Nature forms them. Yet still, really nice, faceted, large pieces towards the centre of this. Wow. Totally and absolutely natural. One of the highest refractive indexes out there. You're looking at up to a 1.717, which is pretty much almost at diamond level, to be honest. What that means when we're talking about your refractive index is the way in which this works with the light. And boy, it works well. This is a spectacular, spectacular strand. And I know how well this is going to go with my star buy coming up in minutes. Gemma, this is, I think, really big, sizable, highly lustrous strand of spinel. What do you like about this one?
I love the twinkle on it. I just think it's so, so pretty. I've got black diamonds at home, and they haven't got a patch on those.
No.
You know, they really haven't.
No.
They're just so beautiful. I would be tempted just to wear that exactly as it is, nothing else.
No.
And that is going to be just so classy, isn't it?
It really, really is, isn't it? It's going to be so beautiful and elegant. I've got something very special to go with these, and I think it's, you know, I think they could, if you love your black spinel, then I think you could be onto a winner with what I've got coming up. I'll show you in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, a really wonderful, big, hearty strand here I have with those dramatic pieces in the centre. Because you've got that big carat weight, you've actually got something quite unusual, quite rare to be able to see. But because you've got all of that big sizing on them as well, it gives you more surface area to add a facet. And the facets are what you see in the lights bounce off here. And because you've got more opportunity and more surface area to add more facets, it essentially gives you more sparkle. Because as that light hits every single one of those beautiful shaped pieces on those wonderful flat facets, which have been created by our gem cutters, then it gives you that gorgeous juxtaposition between that black of the gem, natural black, should I say, as well, of the gem, to that purity of white, just hitting every single one of these on its surface. If you want to add this to your collection, I would do it now, because it's going to go too well with our next product and you're going to love it. In particular, when I take the price down. That is an exceptional deal because of the size of these, because of that amount of workmanship, because they're bigger. We've had to take more time to actually create that look. £9.95 is not the type of deal you would normally expect on something like this. Natural spinel will range dramatically in price, but one of the most defining features is the size of each individual one that will give us an ish of our price. I have brought to you smaller individual pieces and strands like this in micro-faceted versions at around the £19.95 mark, and I have. That is a sensational opportunity, a really, really, really wonderful deal. And I think when you've got that huge amount of sparkle on a mammoth strand, I mean, this doesn't look to me to be my average length of strand at all. We're looking at around about 30 centimetres worth, the graphics are saying, and I would never normally expect that from a spinel. Spinel, generally, the strands themselves can be a little bit shorter, a little bit smaller, because it is so unusual, because it is so different. This is a real special opportunity at just £9.95. Now, if you see a price drop, okay, don't get used to it. We don't price drop everything. Our prices already are absolutely incredible, I believe. So we don't always drop everything. But what I will say is if you do see a price drop and you like it, you cannot hang around. Now is your chance. Now is your opportunity. Because if you ring in, say, 10 minutes, we might have sold out. And say we haven't, I'm not entirely sure of quantity on this. Say we have 400 of these. I'm pretty sure we don't, but say we did have 400 of these. Okay, you might not miss out if you ring in 10 minutes, but what if you maybe, you know, kind of forget about this and then then you go and remember tomorrow morning, oh, I've just remembered that strand. Oh, I really wanted that because it will go great with those earrings I bought. Oh, okay, brilliant. You're going to have to pay $17.95 for it. It's still going to be a great deal. It's still going to be a great price. But I tell you what, there's a big difference between $17.95 and $9.95, isn't there? So if you do see a price drop that you like, make sure you get it in your basket and check it out, or call the call centre instantly, because that way you know you're not going to miss out. Right here, right now, it is your opportunity for a start buy.
What is that? Is that black diamond?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In sterling silver.
It's beautiful, whatever it is.
Black spinel, interestingly.
That's gorgeous. The ear posts. Yeah, they're beautiful.
Are you in love?
Yes, definitely. And they would, yes. I could do with those, actually.
Do you see what I mean now?
Yeah.
How perfectly they would work.
I know. Just 3 chains I would have from there, different lengths, 1 drop of spinel on the end of each. It would look stunning.
You said black spinel instantly. You're going to see why. You ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, sensational sterling silver earrings.
Wow, they're set.
They are set,
individual stones.
They are set. Every single one of them is faceted in a brilliant cut, and every single one is set in that pave style.
That's amazing. They are beautiful.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And you've saved, what, £8 on those, so you could put that towards getting those earrings.
Yes.
That's what I'd be doing, without a doubt.
You'd have to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd have to.
Yeah.
If you do want to get your hands on this strand, we have still got some available, I think. But they go perfectly, don't they?
Yeah.
Now, you said black diamond instantly.
Yeah, and it's that silver lustre. It's that flat table facet that they've got on the top gives you that. It's like lights coming on and off, isn't it, as you twist them?
Yeah.
Do you remember the little lights that you used to press when you were a kid in the boards? Do you remember those? No, okay, move on. So anyway, it's like those.
Wait, little lights you used to press?
Remember the light boards?
Right.
You had the individual little dome lights. And you'd
roll
roll
a light switch, Jam?
No, you'd roll your roller across. I'll think what they're called in a minute.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Yeah. You roll your roller across, you get little dots of lights. And it looks like,
I like that.
Lights at night. It's like those. It's like they're coming on and off.
I like that. What a great analogy. I quite like that. Okay, I don't get the analogy, but I think it's probably a really good one.
It is a really good one, if only you knew.
See, I'm thinking more, but this is going to show how cool I am.
Okay.
More Michael Jackson.
Yes.
With the lights.
Yes, on the shoes and his
Yes.
gloves. Yeah.
Lighting up. Yeah. But yours was good too, Gemma.
Thanks. Yours is a bit more glamorous. We'll go with yours.
Now, you've got here, ladies and gentlemen, your genuine sterling silver stud earrings, and I'll just show you exactly what we have here. Pave setting on this, which basically means that you can see they're all perfectly almost framing the actual shape and design. And actually, speaking of frame, what you have is every single one of these is brilliant cut. So that essentially means you've had to go to the time, work and effort to create that table detail, and then to facet down the crown down the crown section onto that. And then you have the framing of the silver. Now, this is genuine silver we have here, ladies and gentlemen, but come on, let's be completely and absolutely honest. Of course it's going to be genuine silver with this, isn't it? Because of the high quality of that spinel. This isn't your everyday with that workmanship and that very difficult time to pave set these. Of course we're going to be doing sterling silver with it, and that's exactly what we've got here. I'll show you the actual makeup of these as well. If I just turn this around, you'll be able to see. There we go. So, You can see, let me get rid of one, make it less confusing to life. There we go, sorry about that. So you've got the bar section that I'm holding onto with the tweezers. That's the bit that goes through your ear. You've then got the butterfly back on there, which is a real nice sturdy fixture because it goes into a little nubbin, if you will. And that's like a little dip within that bar, so you can always feel it click into place. You know when it's nice and sturdy. Then it goes into the actual framework itself of the back of these beautiful gems. Now you can see it's very open. Now the reason they're open is because it helps basically with the light transition through and around the actual gem. If that wasn't there, it would just kind of look a little bit flat and a little bit dull. And let's face it, that's the last thing we want when you've got that beautiful amount of workmanship and detail to these. So a really stunning stud detail. But to add these as creativity, you've got the little loop on the bottom there, which is where you can add the likes of maybe a drop of your spinel. Maybe you want to add these onto a head pin, which you can get in our findings packs. Maybe you want to add just 3 of these onto the bottom to give a really dainty look. Or I've got some glorious chains coming up later that maybe you could add alongside these if you wanted to. These are brand spanking new and the quality of them is profound. If you want to treat yourself with these to these ones, then I think absolute perfect way to add a really elegant detail and appeal to your pieces. But how much would you expect to pay? I mean, Gem, obviously, first thing she said was, is that black diamond? I mean, if these were black diamonds, where would we be looking?
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands even.
Yeah, you could be right. Yeah, yeah. Even a spinel, because of the craftsmanship and the workmanship of this, you know, the fact that I genuinely will be doing these for under £40 is already great, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is great. It is great. I mean, jewellery maker prices, we get spoiled, don't we?
Yeah.
So you really do have to go and have a look around at what you'd be paying elsewhere.
Definitely.
Because you wouldn't get anything like that for £40 anywhere.
Yeah, definitely not.
No.
I think you'd be incredibly hard pushed to be able to. And you know, would they be natural gems? Possibly not. No. Would it be that amount of silver? Because you've got way over 2 grams of very, very precious silver with this, 925 sterling silver. I think this is a dramatic and dynamic look. I think it's going to be very comfortable in the lobe, and I think it's going to give you that glorious nighttime glamour. I won't be bringing these to you for £40. It's actually half of that, £19.95 for this glorious effect. Think about the amount of gemstones that you've got in there. I mean, it's a huge amount. Look at all those openings, everyone signifying a different gemstone. Think about the craftsmanship and the workmanship. I'm not being funny, but I personally wouldn't even be able to draw each and every one of these spinels perfectly, let alone cut and facet and shape every single one with a lathe spinning around with diamond dust on it to create that wonderful, glorious effect. This is high-end, this is luxury, this is that night-out glamour, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, without a doubt. I would be saving those for my most special nights out, you know?
Yeah.
They're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. £20.
Yeah.
Not £19.95.
No.
Definitely not what I would expect. Not even Jewellery Maker. I was thinking 29 Jewellery Maker prices.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
No.
They're fabulous.
And I think it's safe to say that Gemma's not winding us up on that.
No. No.
Wind. Clicks then, doesn't it? Gem, do you remember, and I'm sure you've been on with me when I've done this, the box clasp that looks just like this?
Yeah.
As well?
Yeah, that'd be ideal, wouldn't it?
Perfect.
I wonder if I've got that in my stash.
Well, maybe if you haven't, you need to add these ones to your order, and then when the box clasp comes back up, you've got a perfect set there, haven't you?
Yeah. Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking I'd like to hang a pearl from the bottom of those. Spinel and pearls, a white pearl. That'd be gorgeous.
That'd be glorious, wouldn't it? People know what you're talking about, Gemma.
What?
What?
Do they know about the light?
Yes, apparently.
What are they called?
They were called light brights, Gemma. Gemma isn't having a moment. She isn't having a moment. She hasn't just made this up. So we've had a few suggestions. Fiona also thinks the gem was called Lights Alive.
That's it. Lights
Loved
Alive.
it.
That's it.
Out in the 80s?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I was about in the 80s. Maybe I was just deprived. I was out in the 80s. Oh, yeah. So what was it then?
So it was a board.
Yeah.
You know, like the magnetic board that you draw on and then you wipe it off?
Yes, I know what you mean.
It's like that, but it was lights. And you pressed it. It was a board full of lots of individual tiny lights, and you had little tools that you could run along and turn all the lights on.
That sounds absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Are they still doing it?
I think that famous brand that does crayons and things.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Might do them.
Ah. So right, my producer Toby's on it, and my lovely floor manager Michael. Hey Michael. His input was oh, that's weird.
The Antiques Warehouse.
Michael's face doesn't know. Oh, it's Carnival Day. Look at Carnival face, Michael.
Pinata.
Strong look, that is. Michael just went charity shop as his help for where I might get one. So I like that.
Right,
Thank
though,
you. Yeah, possibly. Anyway, everybody, it is Carnival Day. Where's Carnival Pete? There he is.
Hey.
Hello, Carnival Pete. He's feeling... Be carnival-y, Pete.
What? From the fire.
No, you don't have to put the flower on your face. Oh, wow. Oh, that's it. Ooh, wow. Quite some new style. That's my floor manager, Pete, with us today. He's the one who keeps me all organised and keeps bringing me all these goodies. Oh, look at him. Best of bros. That got awkward quick, didn't it? That got awkward quick. Lovely lads. 1995 is your price point on these ones today. Well done to all of you. And Brother Pete is handing me over yet more treats and goodies. Thank you so much. Oh, how glorious would they be together? I mean, I know it's mixed metals, and I know not everyone's into that. I myself, not afraid. Never been afraid of a bit of a mixed metal. Polystyrene, different story. Mixed metal, not an issue. What about something like that? Would you do this, or are you silver through and through?
I would do that if I could consistently carry that through.
Yes.
So I might use the gold chain there and then something silver dropped on the bottom and then mimic that in a necklace so that it tied in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when I
Or
would.
if you had that box clasp that goes with these and then, yeah.
Yeah, I would. I definitely will mix my metals, but it's careful and considered.
Yeah. Would you? You have to have a think about it.
I would do.
Can I just say, everyone, wowzers, well done. They're absolutely glorious. Look, you can even see them sparkling from there. Oh, I love them. Well done, everybody. Okey pokey. Bringing to you this lovely chain now. Not a massive amount of these ones left, I'm being told. So you really are going to have to be quick off the mark, ladies and gents. Ooh. Glorious gold. With smoky quartz. That smoky quartz is absolutely intense. Real nice, deep, rich smoke. That's what you're looking for in a smoky quartz. You don't want a smoky quartz that looks like it hasn't made its mind up. You want a smoky quartz that's always known it's going to be a smoky quartz. You want that intensity and you want that depth. But you don't want it cloudy. You don't want it to be opaque necessarily if you're looking for the very, very, very high value. This, you'll see, has got glorious clarity to it. You see that? Really beautiful clarity elements to that, which means you've got such, oh just look, such an interesting impact of the way the light moves not only through the gem, but also bounces atop the gem to give that detail. Now this is genuine sterling silver, 30. We've hit 30. I've been told. 30. That's in quantity, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I was going to say something and then I thought, oh, what if that's wrong? Pardon? Say it again. Oh, brilliant, because I was going to say 30 in quantity and I was going to say, but not in price, and then thought, what if it is £30? But it's not. Ladies and gentlemen, final few, your price point today, £9.95. It's genuine sterling silver. Every single one of these hand wrapped. It is not made by a piece of machinery. And yes, that is real gold over the top. No, I've not just nipped down me local high-end store and got, you know, paint. It's genuine, real deal silver. 22, 21. Genuine silver and gold over the top. It's gone to pot. It's gone to pot. 19 0.25, ladies and gentlemen, quality at the heart of these, and that glorious, glorious, glorious array of all of that clarity. A real brilliant. Oh, just look at the beauty of that. 16 left, ladies and gents. Not a huge amount of time left for you. Hey, do you know what I'm thinking? Might be quite a nice idea with that spinel we had earlier on as well. Just because of the size and because just adding a little bit of extra something, I think that goes really nicely.
I think it does, yeah.
Thanks,
I wear a lot of black and tan, like that's a good combination, and
Yeah.
that would tone nice. You've got the gold and the brown and the black, that works really nicely together.
Love that idea. Over allocated, that means more of you want it than can get it. That's still available, final few on those. This though is essentially a goner. 10 left and more than that in baskets. £9.90, 30 in baskets. Don't worry, I've got another one coming up for you, but it's not here, Tobster. I cannot see it. I'm bringing to you another chain now, so if you're on the phone and you're going, no, there's 9 left, when am I going to be answered? Don't worry, because you may as well stay there, because I've got another chain. Switcheroo, thank you, Tech-Up Michael. I've got for you something that, again, actually will go great with it. You're probably going to want to add this onto your order to go alongside it. Look at how dainty that is. Gosh, my voice went unintentionally high. You have got your rose quartz on these ones. Smoky quartz and rose quartz, because it's part of the same family, I think goes great together. In particular, as you've got a meter's worth, as we did earlier, in those two precious metals. Final opportunity on these ones. Approximately 33 chances, I'm being told, ladies and gents. A great opportunity for you at just £9.95 for you. Take a little look at how they go together. Don't you think that just works well? So if you got the smoky quartz, how about getting in with that rose quartz as well? Just a drape. You know, of one.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Is there a better way of saying that, Gemma?
Multi-layered.
Multi-layered. That is better.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, it's probably better than drape. You're right,
Yeah.
You're right. But it's my own little spin, you know. Okay, everybody, hardly any of those ones left. Again, I'm in my last chance saloon on it for you, on that rose quartz one. And again, when you look at the rose quartz beauty, isn't it absolutely elegant and dainty? I think with that gentle colouring, you can definitely see it's got that lovely pink hue to it, but it is really, really gentle. It's not over the top. It's almost like when you get those really quiet morganites. You know, the whispering morganites you can get. It's a little bit like that, isn't it? Well done to you all. Multi-purchasers on this, unsurprisingly. And just to let you know, it is a metre, just to show you how long a metre is. Do I look like I'm about to play pool? Don't you think? Is that how you play pool? I'm pretty sure it's not, is it? Well, that's kind of what it looks like. A metre's worth here you've got, ladies and gentlemen. So for me, you've got 42 centimetres, that's your necklace there, 42 centimetres average. You've got all of that to play with. So what? Another layer, another drape, another bracelet, a set of earrings. You've got loads. You could easily drape with this, couldn't you? You easily could. Drape. Yeah, you'd probably have to get another one. You'd probably have to get another for a drape, I would say. But if you just want a drapey drape, you're sorted. Yeah. Aren't you?
Or if you buy the other one as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have a drapey.
Yes. So, get draping now, ladies and gentlemen. We're all at it. A really great opportunity. 0800 644 655 for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Do you remember? I brought you this strand earlier on. Remember that? Of course you do. You added it to your order, didn't you? Well, I've got 2 little treats to go with it beautifully. Right here, right now. Low stock opportunity. You've got to get in. If I say low stock, I mean it. You know, I'm not saying, oh, low stock and we've got like 80 at all. You got to be quick. Have a little look at this one. I think it is glorious. Oh, that was absolutely glorious. Look that we got to that then. Oh wow, this is a really beautiful abalone shell that we have here. So you've got a really wonderful, essentially, it's the essence, the kind of following along the inner of a power shell. And what you get with this is this incredible iridescence. It's just dancing, isn't it? Like an aurora borealis of light. And then if I spin it, you'll be able to see, this is the back detail of that shell. Oh, that's glorious, isn't it? That is so mystical, isn't it, Jen?
I like that side the best.
Oh, you have to be different, don't you,
Sorry,
Jem?
sorry.
You have to be different. But I like
do.
that, because it goes to show
We do.
that you can kind of get different audiences with this, actually, couldn't
Yeah,
you?
or you can just do a reversible pendant, you know? If you just hang it with some
Perfect.
gemstone, cluster of gemstones, you can have it whichever way you want.
Perfect idea.
So it's gorgeous.
Okay, I've been told very low stock opportunity, 25 opportunities. People are in already for this. It's 0800 644 655. Free phone number. Free phone, even off your mobiles nowadays. You will note there is a drill hole here as well to make your life even easier. Your price point, £3.95. £3.95. Well, that's not the price I was expecting.
No.
This takes me back to when I looked online last week and I saw things you could buy under a £5. Eyebrow waxing strips was one. Green lipstick, well remembered. Glow in the dark mascara was
Yeah.
up there. And, really interestingly, one that we were all after, piece of chocolate in the shape of a slice of pizza.
Oh, brilliant.
But I don't know about you.
I wouldn't wear that though.
No, no, I wouldn't be wearing that
Could be
at all.
messy.
Oh, it would be horrible, wouldn't it? I personally would prefer something interesting, something unique, something individual, and something I can put my own stamp on. Every single one of these is going to be different. Me and Jem could buy 8 of these each, and none of them are going to look the same. None of them. At all. And it's less messy than chocolate in the shape of a pizza, isn't it? Weird thing is, never had a piece of pizza and thought, I wish this tasted more like chocolate. Never. Have you? Have you? Chocolate on a pizza, you're onto a winner there, director Maggie. Yes.
Really?
Chocolate and chilli? I feel like you've gone too far now, director
no,
Maggie.
no,
I feel
that-
like you've got a step too
no,
far.
that's good.
What about banana? What about banana? Banana and chocolate on a pizza.
Don't fancy that. Not
No?
with tomatoes as well, no.
Not with tomatoes. Oh,
No. You wouldn't have
tomatoes. No, Gemma. No. Although
you just mean a
could.
pizza base, because that's just bread. You can have anything on that.
Really strange. That's made me crave chocolate and tomatoes now together. I just want to give it a go.
I think that would work.
I think that would work. Okay, everybody, 5 of these ones left. Well done to all of you. These are about to sell out any moment now at £3.95. I'm now going to bring you the one that I showed you earlier on that goes perfectly with the strand. You are going to love and adore. And I think, Jem,
Oh, yes, I do have it.
because you wore it the other week in that show we did together.
Yes.
And I couldn't stop staring at your neckline. At your neckline.
Yes.
Because this is there.
Yeah.
And was it with friendly plastic or metal sheet, or it was something very high shine behind
It
it?
was leather.
Leather, of course
Yeah.
it was golden leather,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you've obviously bought this yourself.
Well, I actually did it in the challenge and I was allowed to take it home. So I
You
have it as a
sneaky
workshop
little
sample.
kitten. You sneaky kitten. So you've obviously worked with this and created with this, and you obviously love it so much that you wear it.
Oh,
What
yeah.
is it about this that draws you in?
It's the size of it, it's the colour impact, and it's that metallic that you get from your abalone, but with all those colours. So it doesn't matter what colours I'm wearing. You know, if I'm wearing blues, I'm wearing jeans, I'm wearing like these aqua colours, I can put it with it, and it makes a statement, but it's
Yeah.
not fussy. You know, it's a nice clean shape, easy to wear. It's just lovely. I love it. And it's one of those ones you wear, and you're walking down the road or in the supermarket, and you can see people's eyes moving to the side, and they want to have a look at it. You know,
Yeah.
they can't help it. They want to have a look, but they don't want to stare.
Yes.
So it's one of those you know is going to catch people's attention as well. So great for a stall or a stand if you're selling.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm one of those people in
Yeah.
the supermarket that does that.
Yeah.
You know, your eyes are drawn to something and then you casually are like, oh, ooh, just look up at the sky, or, oh, just reach over for the chicken. Excuse me. Yeah. It is that look though,
Yeah.
isn't it? It is, oh, look at me.
Yeah, people suddenly get
Ooh.
really self-conscious because they know they've been looking at it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter with things like
No.
this, because it's there to be noticed, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's there to make you stand out, to make you individual, to make your pieces as unique and individual as you are. And you most certainly can do it with this. And I think that iridescence is incredible, bearing in mind it is natural. Now, not all abalone is natural. Even not all abalone here at Jewellery Maker is natural. Sometimes it will have been enhanced, whether that be with a dye or by other means. This is natural though. And I think, again, with the beauty of this, with every single one telling a different story naturally. You can go for the wild, almost art kind of. Oh, I'm trying to think what this makes me think of. I don't know. It's almost kind of like abstract art, maybe in like an acrylic or an oil, something that is quite sort of stood and in place. But then if I flip it, all of a sudden, you've got this more kind of watercolour look and effect.
That's lovely at the back as well, isn't it? Like a dish. Yes. And again, that you could have a cluster of gems in there, so you can have it one way and have just the gems falling out the bottom with the real bold abalone, but on the back you can have the gems actually in that dish shape that's created because of the natural curve.
Definitely.
It's lovely that side actually.
I think it's incredible that you get so much diversity and that you can go, you know, oh, this for me possibly would be, you know, on a boring black dress that I've worn 1,002 times, and do you know what? Oh, I'm bored of it now, and everyone's seen it, and it looks exactly the same in every single photo, and please don't tag me in tonight photos and put them up on social media, because I've worn the same dress the last 5 nights out. This is the kind of thing you pop on there, and you feel like it's a whole new outfit.
Yeah, that's it, and the attention's all there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not on your dress. Or you could, equally, you could put that on a belt, you know, because it's nice and thin and lightweight. It'd be great on a belt centre.
On a belt, how individual that will look.
Yeah, it would look lovely, wouldn't it?
I actually think, because it's got a slight curve to it, this one, I actually think it will be perfect, therefore, for, you know, maybe your wrist detail. It almost hugs the side, actually. Yeah. I think that would work really well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is individual, it's unique, it goes so well with the strand I did for you previously, and I don't know, I'm sure we still have a couple left if you want them. Look at that pairing, how idyllic. There's so many of you who've already checked out. I've got multi-purchasers in Staffordshire, Essex, Buckinghamshire, Greater London, West Midlands, Somerset, Worcestershire, Cheshire. I've got, your names have gone off my screen now, but there are multi-buyers coming in left, right and centre. Got another one in from Somerset, West Midlands in multi-buying as well. Loads and loads and loads of you multi-purchasing on this, and I'm not surprised at all, because this is the type of thing, I think, that once you make one piece, you want to make another and another and another. I don't know if you're the same. I feel like there's so often I'll buy something that's maybe individual one piece like this, and I'll make something, but it'll take me ages to make something because I've got so many ideas, and I only bought one. And why did I only buy one? Because I've got so many ideas. Whereas if I do multi-buy, I can give my different feelings, I can make my different pieces, and I know essentially that you know, I'm not going to feel guilty for using it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not surprised loads of you are multi-buying, because it is so stunning, it is so unique, it is going to give you a really lovely kind of uniqueness to your makes, and I've got to say the price is probably helping you as well. £4.95 I think is incredible. That's why so many of you are multi-buying. There's now more people adding their treats to their collection. Aberdeenshire's now gone up to a multi-purchase. A different Essex has now gone up to a multi-purchase. Hello to Herefordshire, you're in getting yourself a couple. Devon are in and getting yourself a couple. I've got just over 20 in baskets at this moment in time from all over the country. Over half of my stock is now allocated, and this was not a measly amount at all. I had a decent amount on this, I really did. But today, ladies and gents, at that price, with that beauty, with something so different and individual, I mean, this isn't your normal. This isn't your normal everyday piece. I've not seen anything like this before, I'll say, honestly. Even the oval I did earlier was different. It was a different feel. This is unique and individual, and it does give you a carnival feel, doesn't it? With that myriad of colours, that beautiful amount of different textures and detail in there. Whether you want that kind of really, really kind of organised, almost acrylic design, or you want that kind of free-flowing, wet-on-wet, beautiful detail. That is incredible opportunity. £4.95 for you today. It really is special. Wire wrap with this. You could even actually, you clever lot, I'm sure you'd know how to kind of soutache around this. I think it would be beautiful, which is where you kind of stitch gems around this or cords around this. Okay, there's so many of you checking out, so many multi-purchases. Aberdeenshire's now in, as is East Rising and Yorkshire multi-buying as well. Loads of you coming in, loads of you treating yourself. After the break, so much inspiration, and all will be revealed.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker, Ivy House, Henley Road, Outhill, Studley, B807DU. Get making and good luck.
I started making jewellery about 4 years ago. A friend of mine asked me to go to a class with her, and I love arts and crafts, so I thought, great, that would be lovely. Went along and we did lots of the basic jewellery, such as learning just to attach a clasp. We did a stretchy bracelet, a Byzantine chainmail bracelet, beady beads, all those sort of things. I found out about Jewellery Maker at the classes that I went to. The lady there was very good. She gave us a lot of her suppliers that she used, and she also mentioned Jewellery Maker. So I started watching that and got hooked, and just every day it's on in my home. If I'm doing anything at all, it's always on in the background. I love the Jewellery Maker channel because it's a one-stop shop. You can get virtually anything you need from there. It's good quality products. I think the most important thing would be to say, don't be put off by Carol singing. Just turn the sound down slightly.
Get interactive with Jewellery Maker by liking our Facebook page and join over 55,000 like-minded people.
Topaz is a really popular gemstone within the jewellery making trade. It's traditionally thought as being a light blue, sky blue tone, but actually in its natural form, topaz is clear to yellow. Clear and yellow topazes are referred to as imperial topaz, whereas the sky blue varieties and also London blue topaz are heated to achieve these really desirable colours. Topaz is often coated as well with a metallic oxide or just simply metallic coatings, and these can give rise to many different variants of mystic topaz. These give a really lovely rainbow array when light hits them. Topaz is also incredibly hard, being 8 on the Mohs scale, and also has a good RI, so again it makes it perfect for being set in jewellery.
Where? Oh no! Ben! That's all I do in the break. That is all I do in the break. I sit here and I eat carbs. That is it. That is all. That was payback from director Ben because he apparently made us a pavlova once and we all pretended we'd forgotten. Ben's going, get the audience to text in. Do they remember me bringing in the pavlova? Sorry, Ben, but I don't remember it. You might have to bring us one. Hello, everybody. My name is Becky, and yes, I love to eat my carbs in the break. It's so lovely to be with you today on this, our Carnival Day.
And as part of our carnival day today, we have already had so many unique individual looks, peels, textures, and loads of inspiration. Our inspiration today is coming in from the glorious Gemma Crow. Hey Gem.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay, thanks.
Wow. Is all I'm going to say for now.
Yeah, okay. We'll leave it there for a minute then.
Yeah, because really, wow.
I know. Colour bursts.
Is that what carnival says to you?
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's bright, vibrant, colourful, dynamic. Celebrates all the differences and all the different cultures and everything. It's just brilliant, isn't it, carnival?
Definitely.
Can't be a good carnival.
Carnival, it's glitz, it's glam, it's texture, it's colour, and we've got loads of that coming up for you. Really quickly, if I may, those earrings that I brought to you in the spinel earlier went out the door as quick as a fly who doesn't like being indoors. Those flew out the door, and I just want to give you a little heads up. How cute are they? They're coming up for you in a moment or three, so do stay tuned for those ones. Okay, I have had a lot of you texting in today. I have had a lot of you asking about what on earth this is beside me. Is it the entirety of our wire collection? Pretty much, yeah. The warehouse right now must be pretty much empty because I've got all, it looks like, of their glorious wire. Boy, it's a huge amount, isn't it? Absolutely huge amount. Now, Gem, Tobes, do you mind, my love? Can we just get that start price straight in? Do you mind? Because I think this price is incredible. £199.50. Look at the amount you've got there.
That's a lot of wire.
A lot of wire for a small price. Because don't forget as well, oh, excuse me. Don't forget when you're looking at this, it's not just one piece of wire going around.
No.
There's loads of wire, isn't there?
Yeah, because it's more than doubled. Because you've got wire wrapped around wire.
So it's a huge amount. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get one selection off just to show you the wire itself if you've not seen it. Now you're getting of each gauge, so you've got the thicker gauge and the finer gauge on the smaller spool, you're going to be getting 20 metres of each. So this one here, 20 metres of each colour in each gauge. You can see there's blue at the core and then there's purple around the outside. Now, please, Gem, tell me a bit about this wire. For those who've never ever worked with our diamond cut wire.
Okay, well, this wire is 0.6, so it says a 24 gauge, isn't it, which is equivalent to what we call a 0.6.
Correct.
And what it means is it's a 0.6 core, so the green, in your case it's the blue. And what's wrapped around it is a 0.6 in that burgundy colour.
Yes.
And so what you get is the malleability of a 0.6, but the strength of a 1.2.
Yes.
So technically that's what you get. You also get it's very springy and holds a nice curve because the coiled wire has got its own life and energy. And
Definitely.
so it's been tamed slightly by the 0.6 core, but it still holds that spring. So it's lovely for working with making loops and coils because it's really quite strong and robust then and independent. The other thing about it is it's because it's really soft, it's easy to manipulate as well and use in blocks. And because of the two colours, you get that sort of two-tone metallic look, like you get, those cars with those special effects on, or those beautiful sari fabrics that have got the different colour, which depending on which angle you look at them from.
Yeah.
So, you know, all those properties combined make for a really dynamic material to make jewellery from. And I've used it in its entirety on its own completely. No gemstones, nothing with the bundle I've used. And you can see the diversity you can get in the piece even without anything else.
It really holds its own.
But having said that, it is lovely combined as well with your other wires and your other gemstones. I've got a few examples there too. So it is the ultimate addition to a kit to really make that, to any of your bundles, to really give you that edge on your design. You know, even if you just add it into a weave in between two straight strips of normal wire, you've then all of a sudden got this new energy to your piece. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
I can see how much you adore this. I can tell. And I want to just show you the two gauges alongside each other. And obviously this is a different colourway. This one I have here is kind of a mauve over the top of a gold. But you can see this is your finer wire and this one is your thicker, so this 0.6 on 0.6 essentially. So let's have a look. And I'm going to spread these out so you can, springy, what you like, yeah? I'm going to get these all out so that you can see, if I just move these to the side, so that you can see how much you've got here, so that none of it's overlapping, so that you've got all of this detail. And look at that. That is a massive, massive, massive amount of wire. Each one of these, you'll be able to see, is coming in the pairings of colours, like I said. And every single one of these, ladies and gentlemen, you are getting 20 metres of in each gauge and in each look. The 24 and the 28 gauge in your wires. So, huge amount here to work with, there really is. I've counted up the amount of spools we have, and there's 50 spools in total. That means that you are getting 500 metres. How many giraffes do you think that is on top of each other, Gem?
Ooh,
don't worry, I know.
Quite a few.
83.
Wow.
Around about the height of 83 adult male, very important, giraffes on top of each other.
That's amazing, so useful. Such a useful analogy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stood on each other's heads. Imagine that. Imagine that. That is tall.
It's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. If you want to treat yourself, if you've ever seen a giraffe, you know, they're known, if anything, for their height. 83 approximately.
That is amazing, Becky.
That's a lot of wire, and a lot of giraffes.
Personally, I prefer to think of it in, you know, how many necklaces that might be.
Oh, all right. Play against the grain, Gem, why don't you? So how many would that be?
So how many lengths of what? How many metres of wire is it?
500. Sorry, forgot my words. 500.
So it's like 1,500 necklaces, or if you're using like doubling it up, let's say it's 500 necklaces.
Yeah. Wow.
And you use a metre in each.
Wow.
If you use that, you know, if you use it minimally like that.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of jewellery, isn't it?
That is a lot of jewellery.
A lot of jewellery. It's also workshops. It's also a lot of workshops if you teach other people. It's also 2 bundles in one if you want to split it with a friend.
Yeah.
Because there's doubles of every colour.
Absolutely.
So you can get one and then split it with your mates. Brilliant.
Ladies and gentlemen, at £199.50, that is your should-be price. Now, that's not an estimated price. That's not a, if you went out and bought this somewhere else, you know, that would be the price. No. That is the price of this. If you went online now and typed in the codes on every single one of these, if you went in and typed in JNZR90, done that one, and then the next one, and then the next one, if you did that over and over and over, 50 times, that would be the price you'd get. And that, for this much wire, bearing in mind it is double looped, and bearing in mind the different gauges you've got, is a reasonably fair price, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very, in fact.
Well, I think it is, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I've bought it at full price before because it's good value anyway.
It is a good value.
Yeah.
And I've not seen wire like this around a lot.
I've never seen it anywhere else.
No.
No, I haven't.
No. Now, we have got a very, very, very special opportunity to drop the price on this. And I'm amazed to say you are going to be saving over £50. Now, that's a big amount of money, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a quarter. Yeah.
£50 is a big chunk of money.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah.
£50 is a meal out for you and your family, isn't it?
£50 is 2 pairs of those spinel drop earrings and the strand.
Yes, it is. Oh,
I got it all worked out.
I think Gemma's fallen in love with those earrings and that strand now that she's doing maths via it. I love that. It's like me and me giraffes. You know, £50 back in your pocket is incredible, and I'm just letting you know that now because, ladies and gentlemen, I've not got huge stock, which is a shame. It is just under 100 of these. Just under 100 of these, and I'm going to ask you to put it in your basket whilst you can, and I'm going to ask you, if I may, to check it out as soon as you possibly can. If you want to ring us, it's 0800 644 655, and you can press option 1, get through to our call centre. They're lovely, they really are, really helpful as well. This is a very special opportunity, and I have to say, I think I'm safe in saying this, the biggest price drop I've ever seen on a kit. Price drops on a kits are what? Average. £12, £13?
Yeah, sometimes as much as 20 if we go
Sometimes.
half price, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it can be about 20.
Yeah.
Now and again, we're going about 22 if you're really, really, really lucky, and we've got, you know, 150 or something of them. £22 off. But I'm guaranteeing you, I'm going to do better than 50. So it'd kind of be like, even if I did do 50, that'd be like getting them for free, wouldn't it? Kind of, like them ones, for free. Now, I'll be honest with you. I love a good ramble, me. You know it, I know it. But now is your opportunity. There wasn't technical issues there at all. That's why I was rambling. No. £77.95 is your price. Your price drop on that is incredible. Your price drop on that in total was absolutely amazing. £121.95 off. £121.95 off. Gone. Back in your pocket. £121.95. I'm saying it as much as I can because I've never got to say that again, and I can never imagine getting to say that again. I've always been here 3 years and I've never been able to say even £100 off a kit, let alone the £121.95. I don't think I've ever been able to say £50 off a kit, if I'm honest. Off the top of my head, I can't remember ever saying that, but definitely not £121.95 off. That is so much better than half price. That is so much better. You're looking at, you know, 70% off or something at that price point. That is incredible, Gem.
I'm a little bit lost for words. That is an amaze. I had no idea it would go that low. I mean, wow. It's incredible.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I would really struggle to get through all that as well, you know.
Yeah.
That's going to take me a long time to get through it, and I would just be making crazy designs.
Yeah.
If I had all that to play with, I could really let my imagination go.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think I would definitely be putting mine in my basket.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to at that price because for me, you know, I know literally I couldn't even buy half of that for that price. I couldn't.
No. Well, no. No.
I literally couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
And I'm talking staff cost, ladies and gentlemen, you know.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Cannot wait to get this, says Eleanor. Oh, congratulations, Eleanor. Nice work to you. And I'm saying in particularly because I've only actually got 36 of these left at the moment. There are almost 20 in baskets, I'm being told. Almost 20. So you've still got time to add this now, but you do have to add it now. This is not one of those that you will, you know, you know, want to hang around with it in your basket. This is not one of those that you keep in your basket and you can go, oh, I'll check it out, you know, in an hour when they bring on another strand I fancy. This is not the time at all. This is the biggest saving, hands down. Have you ever seen a bigger saving on a kit?
No.
£121.95 off.
It's the sort of thing you might get a saving on a car on, something, 100, or a sofa.
Yes.
You know, not on something of this value that's, you know, of that value already.
Yep.
You don't expect that, do you?
No, you don't. No, you don't. Something that's already really, really competitively priced, on something that is individual and bespoke, and on something you get free inspiration with, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna smooch on over now to my glorious guest designer. Multi-buyers on this, doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me, because this is a very special opportunity. And what I would say also about this is, actually what you have here is something that isn't going to go out of fashion. No. It's not going to go out of style. It's not going to go out of date.
No.
Is it?
No. And because it's a component, it means you can add it into the things that are in fashion. Like if you've made it, like recently, I've been making hats and fascinators, and this was brilliant for that because it's got that spring and that flex in it that allows it to add that impact on a hat that is still sturdy enough to hold its shape. And also it's got that two-tone, very that dynamic that makes it look just not like a piece of wire. It makes it look like something you've put a lot of time and effort into, and you really have just pulled it off the reel.
Definitely.
You know, it's great stuff.
I love this text. Can we all play the height game? 41 T-Rexes. Wow. That, Lou, that's brilliant. It's 500 metres that we're getting. It's approximately the height of 83 adult giraffes, male, very important male. Would have been even more if it was a female. Only up to around about a 4.6 metre is an adult female giraffe. I know you're interested.
Yeah.
And Lou's saying about 41 T-Rexes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Have you seen the T-Rex at the roundabout as you come in?
Yes, I have. What's that?
Has it made you jump? It makes me jump every time.
On our way,
It's
we're
dangerous.
in Redditch. On our way up, when you come off motorway and you come onto the roundabout, there's just this T-Rex's like head.
It's in a cart. It's obviously advertising something.
It is a bit creepy.
It makes me jump every time.
Yeah, it's because it's camouflage. So you're tootling up like, oh yeah, we're nearly there now, and then it just yeah, it's creepy, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think it's dangerous. You need to take it down.
Let's write an email.
I think we should.
So do make sure you're checking out those baskets. If you've just tuned in, oh my goodness, this was all the wire. It's your diamond cut doubled wire. You've got 2 different gauges, and you've got the different colours. You've got 20 metres of every spool, which is 50 metres in total, and it was £121.95 saving. Do you think you can carry on with a demo? Are you still a little bit shell-shocked?
I think I can do it.
You can. Yeah. I totally believe in you, Gemma.
We're going to have a go.
Okay, I believe in you.
And just also to say, I've got a few examples here that I've brought in today and that I've made with the bundles. This wasn't with this bundle, but you've got all different variety of colours you could use to do this one. And the same with the one I'm wearing. That was made by little Kiana, who was 7. Do you remember that one?
I do, yeah.
So, you know, there's all sorts you can do with it. And on my Facebook page and my Pinterest page, if you find that, there's loads of inspiration using this wire, because I've done lots with it in the past. So you can find other ideas. But I've made this sort of fishtail weave, and I thought it would look nice with this wire because it gives you that rainbow effect. So I thought I'd show you how to do that.
Perfect.
All right?
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm not going to do it with as many wires as I have in the piece here. It's hard to see, actually. Should we swap it?
Do you want to swap it onto the white bust?
Yeah.
If I do that. Here we go.
Can you see the colours better
Is
now?
that a bit better on there?
It's behind the graphics.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It's hard to get the impact of the colours on the camera, but all those colours work through like a rainbow, and of course then you've got that next depth to it as well, where it's the wire's two-tone. So it's actually a nice and really nice piece when you get it in person. And this is the weave that I did. I don't know if going back 3 years maybe, I did a scorpion, and it's a technique that I used for the scorpion's body. But with this multicoloured wire, it's nice because you can really see the weave.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so what I've started with is one strand, one length, and you can make that the length that you want your weave to be. It doesn't
Okay.
shrink at all. So if you're doing a bracelet, make it bracelet length and then leave your tails on to make a clasp or attach a clasp into. So that stays the same length.
Got you.
And then we're going to use these wires that we're going to make the weave with. They need to be really quite long because you do take a lot of them up. So in the one that I've got for the neckline piece, that's done sort of almost around my neck with just a section of chain at the back. That one used 2 meters of wire for each colour.
Oh wow.
So there was some left, but you don't want to be. You can add in,
Yeah.
but it's nice to work with it consistent, you know, without having to add, and then you can make it as long or short as you like.
Brilliant.
So I would say for a bracelet length, you can go for 1 meter of wire if
Okay.
that's what you want to do.
Perfect.
So what I've done is cut as many colours as I've wanted out, and I've tried to put the colours, the most contrasting ones next to each other. So just organise them into ones that clash the most so that you get the most impact.
Got you.
You could do it the opposite way and have them so that they graduate and fade into one another, and there's so many colours that you can manage to do that. So the first wire I'm putting in to the centre underneath this central wire. I'm going to take one side over and the other side over. You're just literally wrapping it over and then squish it down so that it's wrapped around once. There's no knotting, just literally fold it over. Then you take your next wire, make sure it's one that clashes nicely. They do get tamer as you work with them, but when you take them off the reel, they are so springy. Okay, so we'll put that one, we'll do exactly the same, but we must remember that we must remember to do it the same way. So if the left one was on top the first time, then you make sure it's on top this time as well.
Okay.
So I mean, that goes there, across there, and then this one comes over and underneath it, so that these, either side, are all lined up. Does that make sense? So it's always the one is on the top and one's on the bottom, so you wrap in the same direction. Let's find another contrasting one.
Okay.
I'm going to go for a pinky one now. Pop that one in. Again to the centre. One side over, so this side goes over and at the top, and this side over at the top. What we also want to make sure is that we're not pulling this centre wire out, it's just literally something to pivot onto. Okay, so that stays nice and straight, that centre. And then we'll go for the green.
I'll get that.
Thank you. Go for green again to the centre, pop it over and back. And this, should we just do one more? I'll leave the other one out. You can do as many as you want, as many colours as you want. Okay, over and across. And pull these nice and tight so they hug that centre core nice and tightly. Now what is lovely about these wires is that because they got that texture on, that where the wires around it,
Yeah.
it does give it a hug. You know, you can, if you wrap into it or if you wrap around it, it bites, like it zips together almost.
I know what you mean,
so once
yeah.
it's put, once you've put it where you want it, it stays. It sort of tessellates and stays put. So there's all sorts
So
of
in
benefits
a way, I
to
suppose
that.
you're not fighting with it as much.
Exactly. Okay, so I've got all my wires that I want into onto my sort of centre strand, and then I'm going to start the weave. So what I need to do is I need to take my topmost wire, so that's that one, this side, because that was the one that went at the top. So take that wire, I bring it round like so, and underneath, pull it nice and taut, like so. Right, so it's making a nice loop there, and then over to the side and out, back out the other side to join the others. Then we take the other one from the other side, we do exactly the same. We come down the sides, underneath, bring it up to meet the one you've just done. And it will be sort of lopsided at first, but that will balance out as you go through. And again, pull that over, pushing down at the centre. So we come out to the side. And then it's a case of repeating that. So now we take the next one, bring it down, underneath, underneath like that, and allow it to just sit below so that you get the different colours showing through. You want to pull it you want it too tight because then you won't get this pattern that will come.
Like a wave. How
Like
do
the
I make
fish
sure the
tail.
waves are the same?
You don't.
Same
You really
size?
won't need to. They
No.
will naturally, because these are in the way. Can you see these four that you're always coming around the side of? Just put them straight. You can see. So I've got five wires in on each side. So these are always in the way. So they're always going to limit where you can go. And if you, rather than pull it down like that, if you sort of place it down, because it's got that natural flex, you can sort of get that curve pretty accurate every time. But to be fair, it balances out. I mean, mine aren't perfect, and you know, you'll get some undulations and some a bit smaller and some a bit bigger. But I would say don't fret about it too much, because en masse the effect is neat, you know.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry too much. In fact, it'd be interesting to try it really messily to see what happens. Like really alter the size of these, you know, maybe do a big one. And
Do you do that sometimes? Like almost purposely, not mess something up, but not care?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, and that's what's come from that. I'm trying to think of some designs that have come from that. Like sculptures, you know, as I mess wire up, and I think, well, that works nicely. I'll put that to the side and then develop that a bit further.
I remember you doing a polymer clay one once that you did that with. And it was a polymer clay and wire design, and it was like waves.
Yes, yeah.
And it was higgledy-piggledy gorgeousness.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think it works. It looks nice and organic. Nobody knows it went wrong, only if you tell them, you know. So, right, so can you see what I'm doing? I'm just carrying on. So always coming underneath that strand and pulling the wire back out to the other side. It is really, really repetitive, really simple. There's no knotting, there's no remembering which side, because you can see, because you know where the colours are. You don't have to remember anything. So, and it just builds and builds and builds. Now, if I wanted to, I could sort of stop there, and that could be an earring, or you know, a component for a necklace. You do a couple more, Becky, and then what I'll do is take it off and show you how I've sort of finished, how I sort of ended it, because obviously when you've got all these wires, that's the complicated bit, is how to end this design off.
Sorry.
Oh, go on. No.
Whilst you're carrying on a bit, 'cause she said you wanted to do a couple more.
Yeah.
I just want to let everyone know, 15 chances of the kit.
Oh,
That's it. That's it. Once it's gone, it's absolutely and completely gone. What's wrong with these ones, Michael? Do we not like these ones over here? We put them ones on there as well. Oh, it's JM! You're losing the shape! Oh my goodness. Michael, everybody, one of the most talented men in the biz. Well done, you. But it does look a bit like the Loch Ness Monster, you're right. JM! Oh, that is so clever. That is uncanny, actually. Well done, you. But these are all, I'll just make that J a little bit bigger. Are we doing a kicky up J? Should we kick it up? They are. Kicky up J. There you are. Oh, yeah. Kicky up J. There you go. So this is all that wire you're getting. If you've just tuned in, you got 41 T-Rexes height in wire. 83 giraffes if you're that way inclined. Otherwise known, aka 500 metres worth of wire for £77.95. Do you know what the saving was? £121.95 off. Pence off. Over £121 off. That's incredible, isn't it? A real special deal. Now, we did have a text in about this wire, and the text was... Hi ladies, can you use twisted wire and ordinary wire for this design? If so, what gauge? Thanks. Good question. Can you use these wires with normal wires like this one?
Yeah, absolutely. This design works with any wire. It has to be a wire because it has to hug, because I'm not knotting. Yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a wire technique. It works great with any wire.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So
and what gauge would we work with a normal look?
Well, I've done this from as low as a 0.4, this weave. I think it would be a bit of a struggle to go higher than a 1 mil.
Yeah, yeah.
It depends on the, you know, the aluminium wire. Perhaps you could do it in the 2 mil because it's so soft.
Yeah, of course. That's
But
handy that I've got a 1 mil here, really, isn't it?
Yeah, if that's the red one, it's the softest of them all.
Yeah,
as
it
well.
is the softest,
So,
yeah.
I don't know why that is, but it is, so it's perfect.
So it worked perfectly.
Yeah.
This is your hot red coloured copper wire. It is 1 mil, so it's one of our sort of thicker gauges, but as you can see, still really malleable. You can see that, really beautifully malleable still. And you've got a huge amount of it as well, 50 metres worth. And if you are brand new, wire is one of our most popular mediums here at Jewellery Maker, and we have such a great range in wires. And if you do want to perhaps learn more about wire work, there's loads you can watch on DVDs by getting in touch on 0800 644 655, and that's also how you can make a call. If you want to treat yourself to 50 metres worth, your price point today. And I think this would go great, I've got to say, with loads of coloured wires.
Yes.
It's rolling down. How lovely.
Yeah, with that one, or the parrot. I think it looked great with the parrot one.
Yes.
Yes.
That one, parrot. Oh, aye, parrotage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd go really well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Don't know why I'm whispering. Oh, £8.95. Wait, when did that happen? £8.95 for you. We've rolled that price down to a really great opportunity for you to add this to your order and add this to your basket. And yes, you can incorporate it into designs such as the ones we're doing. And I do have another little bit of wire coming up for you.
Well, I also
It's
think
bigger than Big Ben. Amazing designs, Gemma. Claire, I'll be honest with you. You've given my producer Toby a little bit of work to do there. It's apparently bigger than 5 Big Bens.
wow.
Apparently 5.2, if we're being pedantic. 5.2 Big Bens it is, Claire, apparently. Well, I love that fact, Claire, thank
I
you.
wonder how many me's it is.
How many me's?
How many me's?
How tall are you?
5'6".
5'6", right? Producer Toby is on it. How many Gemma heights have we got in wire? I'll leave you with that because you're going to have to work out feet to metres first, aren't you? Right, we'll be back with Toby in probably 20 minutes. No, he'll be better than that. Okay, Gem, I've let you carry on a little bit more now, so we've really seen it. Oh, look how beautiful that is now. It's built up a little bit.
So as when I'm working at home, I don't have to work with the camera, so you can see the difference. If I hold it up and do it, this one's flatter as I'm pulling it round when I'm working flat, and this is if I'm working like a braid. So if I show you how I'm doing that, just like I would be plaiting hair, I'm just bringing it over, and you can get a rhythm going with that and build it up quite quickly. So, you know, over, just bring it over and
297.
297 me's.
297 Gemmas
Wow.
in wire height you're getting, ladies and gents. 500 metres. That's a lot of Gemmas,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that is a lot of me's.
121.95 saving on that collection on your screen now.
Fantastic. Okay, so I've done enough now just to show you how that works, and you'll find the way that you want to hold to do this. So now finishing it off, you can see in the finished article here, it's tapered and gets smaller and smaller, and that's achieved by finishing it in the way I'm going to show you now.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we'll take one of the next one in line down. Let me just tighten that one up a minute. Take the next one in line down, bring it over like we have before, and bring it into play. And then instead of pulling it off to the side, we pull it up slightly and cut it off. That nestles in there.
Okay.
Then we do what will come next. We keep repeating that. So that one is next. And instead of putting it out to the side, trim it off. But you're trimming it sort of as it comes up, so that it's almost like a loop. And again, because this is the lovely wire with all the wire wrapped around it, that once that's in place, that's not moving. You know, it's not going to slip out of place.
That's there.
Yeah. So then when we bring the next one in, not only does that lock that in and cover up that cut area, you know, it also helps it to slip out as well, not to slip out. So we cut every time we do that, bring it round and cut it off. So So that one can then sit on top of there, come around, and we'll snip it off. And then there's this one.
So because there's less and less wire for it to stoople over,
Yes.
then there was no need to attack me with that piece of wire. Yeah, it's naturally tapering, isn't it?
Naturally, yeah, it's getting narrower and narrower because it's got less to stoople over.
Yeah. It adds to a nice drapage, doesn't it, really? It really does. I think it almost looks like a peacock.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just me imagining that, but...
Yeah, no, I was going to bring the peacock in today and say, imagine you could make that peacock with these, couldn't you?
Oh, wowzers.
There would be, you know, I think you'd have to use a combination of these wires and your general wires. But basically, when I made the peacock's tail, I twisted wire around other wire to get the effect. So this is done for you, just a lot neater. So
amazing.
Yeah, definitely one I would choose to use if I was making it, you know, if I was choosing my components for making a peacock, I'd probably choose these.
Just been told I am over allocated on this kit now. That means more people want it than we've got quantity. So all I can do is encourage you right now, please, if it's in your basket, do not dilly-dally, check it out, because I don't want you to miss out on all of this wire with £121 saving. I do not want you to miss out. So please do check it out, because it's fastest finger first now, basically. And I don't want you to be the one at the back of the queue, the last person who misses out on this. I really don't want that to be you. So please do get it, and good luck. I'm crossing my fingers for you. Good luck.
Yeah. All right, so I'm on the last one now. So I just bring that one in, and you might want to do a couple more wraps on these last ones just to make sure it's all nice and secure. So just wrap it around a couple of times.
Okay.
And then depending on what you're doing on the end, I mean, you might, if you find that you've got a bit of an untidy bit, you probably won't have, because it's this very neat weave and it all tucks away nicely. Then you could use this tail to cover it up, or if you're using it for a clasp, but you have got your core that runs through to use.
Okay.
So I would just snip that off. Okay, so that's a nice neat finish. So that's how you do that braid or that cord. And you can manipulate it as well from here. So you can manipulate it into, you know, rounded shapes. So that's really nice. Or you can also fold it so that you get like a 3D shape. So you can, because it's a wide weave, you can fold it and you get like nice 3D shapes to use. So there's all sorts you can do with it once you've got that braid going. You don't need to just keep it as a flat 2D or rope. It's great.
I think that's a really gorgeous idea.
It does look like a peacock feather, doesn't it?
It really, really does. And I think in particular with that range of colours as well. Don't forget, all of these colours are in that kit. Every single one of them. We haven't added anything, no additions whatsoever. A real special kind of collection and variety really in there, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, that's just 4 or 5 colours, that's it.
And so it means you can do something really simple, really easy, or you can really go for it and add loads of colours for a real carnival feel. Don't forget, you have got very few opportunities now. It's 0800 644 655. Free phone number for you, ladies and gentlemen, on that. A real opportunity. Free even off your mobiles nowadays in the UK. So do make sure you're getting that. And don't forget, if you change your mind when you get this home, it's 30-day money-back guarantee, no questions, no quibbles. So fuss-free buying, really. Yeah. Would you be treating yourself to it if we had enough, which we don't?
Yes, I would be. I would be going and obviously I couldn't get through the whole lot that I was sent. So I do have a sample, which I may be able to convince Pip to let me buy.
Yeah, why not?
Because, I mean, for me, workshops, you know, I can have everybody round and everybody can have a go.
Absolutely.
And Kiana, who's 7, she made the necklace I'm wearing, and that's gizmoing this wire. And because of the wire and the texture of it, gives it really a lot of impact and makes it look much more complicated than it was.
Definitely. And it's absolutely glorious.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? Yeah.
Glorious.
Yes.
Thanks, Gem.
That's right. Do you want to know anything else, or are we...
Well, we've got about, I'll be honest, we've got 4 minutes. Do you want to tell us something for 4 minutes?
I would, because
come on.
only because last time I did this bundle, I was asked how to make the beads that I've made.
These ones here?
Yeah, those ones there, and they're also incorporated in that lovely rusty, browny autumn colours. When you look at that kit, by the way, you don't think there's autumn.
You're so right, but autumn is there, right on that ends necklace.
But, you know, the combination in those I love that. That's my autumn piece.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is incredible. You're totally right. You don't look at those colours and think, oh yeah, autumn.
Can make
but
it
that is-
subtle. It is very subtle.
Yeah. Mm. Okay, I'm
Right,
with you.
so we're making a bead. So I'm going to go straight from the reel. And I'm going to use my gizmo coiler. And if you haven't got a gizmo coiler, don't worry. You can use a mandrel or a pen or anything just to keep a hole through the centre of the bead. Okay, I'm going to wrap my tail around the gizmo coil.
And don't forget, if you want the gizmo coiler, we might have some on the website right now called Call Centre.
They are an absolute must-have for
Yeah.
any jewellery maker.
I filmed a DVD about them the other
Is that
day.
it? Oh yeah, where's
Yeah.
you and the wonderful Rachel
Me and
Norris?
Rachel Norris.
That
Don't know if
woman's
I'm allowed to
amazing.
say that. Too late.
Yeah, we've told people.
Ah, it's all right then.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, so all I'm doing is wrapping around. I'm going to make the width that I want my bead to be. So you wrap to the width, and then you this takes a bit of control with your fingers. So you want to bring that wire now back along the coil you've made, using your fingers as a guide so that it travels back along another layer. Okay? So I'm bringing my fingers along so that it sort of guides where it needs to go. And then before you get to the end, you bring it back along again using your fingers to try and help you sort of bring it back along.
Yeah.
Then again, the other way. And every time you do this, you get further away from the edge. So you're building more and more and more just in the center. Okay, keep going. So you're going back along, and then again, back along.
So you're not being too pernickety here, are you?
Gosh, no. In fact, you know, you don't want to be, because actually it's the angled ones, the ones that sort of cross over and get a bit tangled, that help it stay together, because they're the ones where the wires sort of knit into one another.
Ah, so that gives it its strength in a way.
It does, yeah. So
Got
you
it.
can make, you know, this is like more like a rice bead, more elongated. So you can leave it at whatever shape you like. So if we leave it there, be careful not to let it go, because it is springy. And
Yes.
if it hasn't tessellated, it will just go boing, spring off.
Yeah.
So we're going to hold it nice and tight, still on the mandrel. Trim it off. And then we're going to take round nose pliers, or any pliers you've got to hand actually. And we're going to find a place to hook that end wire in. So I'm going to take the end of my wire and roll it round and find a place to nestle it. So if you can't find one, force one. So pull up a little wire and turn it into that so that it hooks like a latch in there.
Got you.
And give it a good old push down. Make sure it's really in there. Then we can cut this off the mandrel and pull it off. Sometimes it's a bit stuck because you've got so many layers, but just
That helps, doesn't it?
give it a wiggle. Okay, and we cut where it's gone a bit elongated there. We just cut it down to size on the ends.
Yeah.
And there's your bead. And you can use that in any of your jewellery pieces, really.
Gemma Crow,
Do
you
like
are
that one?
so clever. That bead is awesome, says Sue in Gloucestershire.
Oh, thank you.
It is, isn't it?
Is that my Sue? Do you think?
Possibly.
Text back. Are you my Sue?
Are you Sue? Sue, which Sue are you?
Which Sue are you, Sue?
Who are you, Sue? Do feel free to text us in. We love hearing from you. 60777. So text with the word JM Studio if you so wish. I need to let you know, 13 baskets on that kit. Teens left. So actually, not just over allocated, doubly over allocated, which is easy for me to say. Gemma, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. You're
As
welcome.
always.
I hope everybody gets this and enjoys it at home. I really do, because it is lovely.
You're gonna have a lot of fun with it, I think. I really, really do. Speaking of fun, how's about you and I head on over there, because we've got to stop by. Wow. I I've seen a picture of this, haven't actually seen it in real life. I might have brought this one to you before, but it's not stuck. Like, I can't exactly remember the intensity being as it is on here. Wow, 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 wow. Truly, truly astonishing. Wow. Tanzanite isn't necessarily known for its constant saturation and richness, but I tell you what, it's absolutely abundant in here. Oh, just get ready. One locational gemstone, rich as you like. Tanzanite. Ooh, wow. Isn't that immaculate? Isn't that an incredible richness? Richness. Can we edit that bit out? Yeah, edit that bit out. Richness. The intensity is captivating. Wow. Tanzanite isn't necessarily known for that feature. Sometimes you can get a tanzanite which looks a little bit wishy-washy, if I'm honest. It can look a bit, yeah, like it's not reached its full potential. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you'll see those tanzanite, won't you? And you'll think, that could have studied a bit more. You know, that could have tried a bit harder. Do you know what I mean? And I suppose that's awful to say because it is Mother Nature, and you know. But sometimes you see a tanzanite and you think, oh, if that had only, you know, been a bit warmer, if that had only had a bit more intensity about it. This, intensity is immaculate. And for many, intensity is key when it comes to hue, because that is what gemologists will often look for in a tanzanite. Gemologists want the best. They want great quality. They want, you know, the outlined by the GIA. They want the key features to be alongside the gemstone strand, because it means for them, for a lot of people anyway, more of an investment piece. And one of the key features that is in GIA list about the colour is its saturation, and this has it. This has that key feature which gives, you know, well, for many, like I say, in investment options, obviously I can't say that this is your investment strand, obviously I can't, but some people are investing in tanzanite in the trade because of its rarity, because of its individuality. But that richness isn't just about that. It's not just about value, or should I say perceived value. It's about beauty for you as a jewellery maker. Because of the intensity of this, you're only going to need one piece to make a really big statement. And these are big pieces anyway, so they're going to stand alone. But the richness means that this will carry along. It's all to do with saturation on this strand, and you have got it in abundance. There is a huge, huge, huge amount of colour. This isn't insipid. This isn't wishy-washy. You know, this is intense. And for me, that is one of the most exciting things to look for in a tanzanite, because those idyllic violetish blues that you can see in this strand of a tanzanite are absolutely and completely there. If you do want to treat yourself, I would say now is your opportunity to do so, because I don't think we get to see shapes like this with a richness like this in big pieces like this as often. In fact, usually when you've got a bigger piece, you've got more opportunity. You've got more opportunity for more of that watery colouring, to be honest, because the pieces are larger. You've got more of that opportunity for the colour to naturally fade a little bit, but not with these. It's big, it's intense, it's rich, and it's bold, and it can be yours. Do you like tanzanite? Is tanzanite one of your favourite colours? Is it one of your top gems? Do you love rare, unusual pieces? If you do, you've got it all here and more. Your price point today. just £69.95 for one of the rarest gemstones out there. It is, and it most certainly is one of the rarest, because it is your one locational gemstone. This isn't found all over the world, it's just found essentially at the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro, and it is an individual piece. That isn't actually your price would go into. I'm just reminding you, it's a free phone number. I'm just reminding you that it's one postage and packaging, and I'm just here to remind you that if you do have any questions about this, call our call centre, numbers at the bottom of your screen. Even if you just want to find out more about this, a lot of our people in the call centre are GIA accredited, Gemological Institute of America. They'll be able to answer some questions for you if you wish to find out more. Before purchasing, feel free. I'm going to encourage you to get your authenticity. Your price point today, ladies and gents, is actually rolling down. This is an incredible opportunity, £44.95 today on something incredibly unique, incredibly individual, and totally and absolutely rare in the extreme. It is truly a rare gemstone, and to get that much saturation is phenomenal. If you're not entirely sure what saturation is, it basically means the wallop you're getting from the colour, if that makes sense. The wallop you're getting. So think about it this way, think about it, I always say this, but it's probably one of the easiest. Think about it with your cordial. Okay, you're making yourself a cordial. What flavour do you fancy? You in the mood for blackcurrant? Me too. Let's have a blackcurrant, shall we? Go on. So, we're going to get our water, we're going to get a jug of water, a cup of water, and we want it to be very, very gentle. We just want a little whisper on the taste buds of that blackcurrant. Just a little whisper, just a little feather tickle, if you will, of flavour. So you're just going to put in, you know, a capful of your cordial. There you go, bit of a capful. It's going to be a really gentle, it's almost majoritively going to be, you know, your water in there. So it's a real gentle purple you're going to get. But then say, do you know what, I've just had a curry and my mouth is hot and I need something sweet to get rid of that taste. I need something strong. So you're going to go for 5 extra capfuls in there. It's going to be the same hue, it's going to be the same tone. It's not all of a sudden turned black or gone green, you know, it's staying the same hue, it's staying the same tone, but there's more impact, there's more saturation because there's more cordial. This is like that. This is that high power, high saturation. It's not watery and a bit insipid and a bit, hang on, is that a tanzanite? You can tell it's a tanzanite. Your customers are going to know it's a tanzanite. Your friends are going to know it's a tanzanite because it's impact, impact, impact. And with that money off, it is truly big impact for me anyway, a really lower than expected price point. Now there are multi-buyers in on this, and congratulations to you. And I will say, if you do want to treat yourself to this, it is a free phone number. And don't forget, it'll be delivered to you in just a few days. £2.95 postage packaging, midnight till midnight, no questions. On quibbles, if you want to send this back within 30 days. I doubt you will, because these are key pieces, these are feature pieces. But if you do want to, then absolutely do feel free to do so. Completely and absolute genuine gemstone on this one, ladies and gentlemen, at just £44.95. And please don't forget, that price will go back up by, am I right saying £25? It will go back up by £25 at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So please do make sure you've got it in your basket and checked out before then. Well done to all of you who got that. What's coming up in our final hour, I hear you say? Oh yeah, forgot about that. And that one. Oh, do you want 925? Yeah, they'll go good then. Oh, and I've got that as well. Oh, loads. See you in a bit.
Do you want to tell everyone about the great purchase you've made from Jewellery Maker? Do you want to shout about the great service you've received? Then why not download the Jewellery Maker's Viewer's Voice app, available for iPhone or Android, and record a video that could be played on Jewellery Maker. Simply search Jewellery Maker Viewer's Voice in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store and download our Viewer's Voice app straight to your phone or tablet. You can record as many videos as you like and send them straight to us here at Jewellery Maker. All you have to do is then carry on watching us as usual and wait for your video to be played. Download the JM Viewer's Voice app and you could be the next face we see here on Jewellery Maker.
When you place your first order with Jewellery Maker, we'll send you a free DVD and booklet to help you get started. The booklet is jam-packed full of information on gemstones, tools, threading, materials and findings. There are step-by-step instructions on how to make bracelets, earrings and necklaces, and the DVD includes easy-to-follow video tutorials. So what are you waiting for? Start your jewellery making journey today. Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting. But being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates for items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
I started crafting from a very young age, doing all sorts of different crafting. That developed into card making and then onto jewellery making.
I got started because my sister started giving us jewellery and the women in the family jewellery as gifts.
To start, I was making it for me, and then my friends saw what I was wearing, and then one of my friends said, well, why don't you have a go at selling? So I thought, well, I'll give it a go and see how it goes.
I do like a challenge. Because sometimes you look at something and think you can't do it, but then you don't know if you don't try, do you?
When you've made it, you've just made it, you think that's nice, put it on. When you get it out the next time, that's when you think, yeah, that looks really good, that looks quite professional, I'm proud to wear it.
Quite often at work they'll ask me what I'm wearing. They're astonished, first of all. You think something so simple and they're astonished at the piece of jewellery that you've made.
They say it looks so professional, and when I show them how easy it is to do, they're saying, oh, can I have a go of it?
These necklaces are great for layering up, for atmosphere, sort of holidays.
Because they're there in the living room with you, you get to see the same people on a regular basis and you feel a bit like you know them.
It's like a family, you know all the guests that are on the TV. And then when you come to something like a workshop, it's really good because you seem to know everybody, you know about the people that you're working with.
It just feels like your own family, that you're actually there with them and you are part of their family, you're part of their, you know, their community.
What a deal of the day this is. Hello everyone, welcome to Carnival Day here at Jewellery Maker. This is a collection and a half. Your lapis lazuli. Wow, look at the amount you are getting here. The workability of this is almost unimaginable. Wow. Afghanistan lapis lazuli in such a glorious range and effect. I'm adoring how workable this is. I mean, this workability sorted out, this workability done and dusted, because essentially what you have with this is you've got your super duper dainty when it's coming to the 4 mil, and then you've got your big bold whoppers, and then you've got all that you need in between. Now that means I can make one big bold piece if I really want to stand out in the crowd, or it means I can do something, you know, maybe for those work days for a little bit more of a subtle look, or I can superbly go for the graduation. Graduation is something that designers in jewellery have worked with for many, many, many years. Artists do it. Artists do it, work with graduation in sizes and even in hues actually. You know, the graduation is something which naturally I think we're predisposed to like. There's something about the smoothness of a graduation that just seems to work. And you most certainly do have it here upon this strand. On this selection, should I say, of strands. From the 4 mil, you've then got the 8 mil. We've also got the 10 mil in here, and that 12 mil. Now this is a very, very, very ancient gemstone. It's been traded in the Middle East since around 4000 BC, they believe. And this gemstone from this location gives a really unique, I would say, look into the gemstone world. It's not a gem that's been brought by, you know, a company and then we've brought it from them. It is something which is from very small artisanal mines in the Afghanistan region. And these mines are so small that they're actually run by families. So the families that own these, the mines themselves could have been in that family for generations and often has many generations working in there themselves. And what you get with this element is, what you get with these mines is essentially they're in very, very, very high up areas, way, way, way high up, at high altitudes. And because they're up these, you know, long and winding roads, without going into a song, because they're up these long and winding roads, a lot of the time, and also because they are artisanal, you can't get huge pieces of machinery, huge trucks up there. You can't get, you know, massive lorries to do huge cargoes or shipments. You can't do that. So what they do is they actually either get generally the elders in their family, or sometimes people maybe from local towns, from local areas that perhaps don't work in the mines because maybe it is not their business, they're not in the family for it. What they do is they get those people to trek these on horseback. So they actually get these, each one of these could have been taken down from very high altitudes. Sometimes they can be a couple of days trek, mind you, by horseback. And that is something which makes this very individual. And I like that. I like that it's, you know, it's these artisanal mines with this family, very family-run feel, very much local community and very much kind of a generational, almost handed down profession that we have here. So a lot of history in the actual mining process of these. And I think with this one here, it would be silly if we ignored the beauty of them with the hue. If I hold these out for you, you'll be able to see that globe-like look and appeal. I've never been to space, funnily enough. I know you're shocked, but I haven't. But I imagine that this is what the globe looks like from up in space. It is a really captivating look and a really organic looking appeal with those oceanic blues, those land-like greens, and those gentle elements which you can see in here of the submetallic flecks, which almost look like, you know, landmarks actually, don't they, or hilltops. An incredible selection of strands here of a very historic and captivating gem in a shade and a colour palette which will keep you bang on trend from January, which is gone, so not the best one, but till December, because it's kind of your lint colour of Pantone and not the Serenity one, the slightly deeper blue. I've forgotten the name of it now, but it's two very bang on trend colours right now. If you want to add this to your order, it is so simple. Join us at JewelleryMaker.com or call us on the phone, but I will encourage you now to get in touch, because this price went lower than any of us ever expected. £17.95 on that. It's a real special deal. Now is your chance. You have the opportunity now to own these. We were never expecting that price point on these ones at all. Personally, I would have expected a price close to that for the largest one, for those 12 mils. 12 mil gemstones, 12 mil strands in particular from those artisanal mines. Not the type of sizes we get to see that often. Giving a really, really big look and effect like that. You don't tend to get lapis out of the ground in such huge pieces. You can do, but you have to get your hands on a very special shipment if you do get that. This is a very special opportunity, a very special deal. I would have been expecting a price close to that purely for the biggest one. So really, it's like the other 3 strands for me, a winner, free dinner. I think that is a really special price point. I truly do. Well done to all of you and you multi-buyers out there. None of us expected it. was going to go to that price on this morning show, but it absolutely did. And we have got, you know, we're doing it at the same price, of course. What a deal, what a treat. If you've just tuned in, welcome one and all. I need to make you aware, this is our deal of the day. So we do it in the morning, we recap it now, and then the late show will recap it if they have any left. We've got 50 apparently, I've just been told by my producer. So I don't know if we're going to have any left over in, say, an hour, but fingers crossed that we do. If you want it, please do add it to your order and check it out. It's so easy to add it to your order, don't forget. It really, really is. I think this is a sensational deal. And if you have just tuned in, hello, I'm Becky. Hiya, love, you're right. It's lovely to see you. I'm Becky. I'm a creative from up north. It's lovely to see you today, and I'm only joined by the lovely Gemma Crow. Hey up, Gemma Crow.
Hey up. Hey up.
Oh, hey up. I didn't even realise I just hey up, Jim. I hope that wasn't too informal. Sorry. Good morrow. Good afternoon,
Good
lovely
afternoon.
Gemma. I bet these are up your street.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're gorgeous. They're like chrysocolla, which I absolutely love. So you've got all that depth and detail. But they're lovely. And I love the fact that you've got all the same gemstone in all those different sizes. You know, that part of your design head can switch off. You don't have to worry about your colour. All you have to worry about is putting them together in a sort of pleasing way. And it's so simple when you've got graduation.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Really is, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And I think, do you think for a beginner this could be quite a good shout? Quite a good one.
Yeah, definitely, because you can try all your different beading, threading techniques with that. You know, you can alter the size, you can do your ladder weaves, you can do your collars and bibs, you can do spirals and, not spirals, circles. Yeah. All using the same colour, but you've got those different sizes to work with. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant deal.
I think.
Amazing.
Yeah. They really are, aren't they? Mm-hmm. And please don't forget for me, ladies and gentlemen, that I can't guarantee you this price ever again. This is your live price right here, right now, and I cannot guarantee that in the future. So do make sure you're adding this to your collection whilst you have the opportunity to do so, because I can't guarantee that price even tomorrow. I just can't. So please do get it whilst you can. Final 10 available of these wires. Do we have a text in, did you say? I'm going to guess that means I've just come home from work. What are all those reels next to Becky? Any chance of a peek? I think that should have been hi, actually. Hi. 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 Yeah, go on then. Could it be Phil? Phil here, just coming from work. Maybe, could be. Hi, Phil. Yeah, do you want a little sneaky peeky? Let's call you Phil for now. Probably not. 500 metres, which is, we worked out, around about the size of 5.2 Big Bens, 41 T-Rexes, or 83 adult male giraffes, or 297 Gemma Crows of wire, and you'll never guess what. Took the price down by £121.95 off, back in your pocket. It was only £77.95, wasn't it? Great deal. Final few though. Thank you very much, Phil or Phyllis or just hi. Lovely. Oh, it was just hi. Oh, here's me thinking Phil and Phyllis. Interesting fact. My dad, who's only called Phil. My grandma, Phyllis. I kid you not. I know, you think I'm making it up, but I'm not. We're all about the Phils and Phyllises up in the Radicon household. Honestly, we are. The kit is at the bottom of your screen if you would like it. £77.95 for you now. Well done to every single one of you. £17.95. Good work, everyone. And can I really quickly show, because I've just seen it peeking here, this make by our wonderful Sandra. Really beautiful piece there. Thank you very much. Look at that drape opportunity. We've really shown off here. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you very much. I love that detail. Looks lovely with the gold, isn't it? Oh, really nice. How's about getting your hands on
a real special strand now. Now this is extremely high end, extremely low quantity. I'm already in my last chance saloon on it. That means 30 or less. I'm already on my last chance saloon. So generally, okay, we won't, if we've already got last chance saloon on something, i.e. less than 30, we tend to not actually bring them to screen, bring them to air, because, you know, the amount of people watching, they could just go and it's gone and we don't want to run out of products and everything else. We don't tend to. But I requested this because the quality of it, I wanted to show you, and I wanted you to be able to own, because it is absolutely, truly idyllic, and one of, I personally would say, the most workable strands that we've ever seen. So it is just a smidge under 30, but I know you're going to fall in love. And Gemma, I think you will too.
Oh wow. Colour of that.
Very, very high-end strand, but you're right, Gem. The colour is wow, isn't it?
That's gorgeous. Oh, the colour's amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is found in one of the most sought-after gemstone locations in the world. And we've got, for many gemologists, the #1 location, which even outweighs the likes of Shanghai for many, for quality. Now, what you have with this idiochromatic gem basically means is you're only getting it in one colour, which is derived from its basic makeup. What you get with this is a glow in the background, which is absolutely key, idyllic hue. You're not getting the browns in the background, you're not getting the yellows and the citrus in the background, you're getting idyllic green, which is why this very small location in an area of Arizona is for many the most sought after place to get it. Now this incredible colour does come from that wonderful location. But I do need to let you know that that location at this moment in time, because of its prestige, because of its status, is getting more and more notice, I would say, paid to it, which has meant that the market on this is being very competitive at the moment. It really, really, really has. It's just an exceptional look and opportunity we're getting there, but as the notoriety is going up, we have seen changes in price, and let's just say they're not going down by what we've seen at the moment. This is very special as well, because I just want to note the size of these. I mean, it's rare that we see rounds anyway in a peridot, isn't it? We don't hardly ever get to. One of the reasons for that is because it is very, very difficult to get in big enough pieces to make an even round, if that makes sense. If you get a drop, it's relatively easy in a sense to get a drop because it only needs to be large at one side. If one side's not bigger, it doesn't really matter, you just pop it onto a drop, don't you? Obviously, to get a round, you need it to be a decent size and a decent evenness throughout so that you can create a round. These are incredible pieces in big, big, big size. And I just want to remind you of something. I'm sure you already know this, but peridot doesn't tend to come in big pieces because of the way it's made by Mother Nature. And on average, this is believed to be absolutely true, in particular in areas like this, but it's believed that it's around every 1 in 100. So that's 1%, that's 1% of all peridot that you will get will be over a carat. I'm sticking my neck out on the line here and guessing that these will be close to, if not a carat each. Because I've got 100 carats on this strand, and by the looks of things, I don't think I've got 100 stones, which must mean, I'm looking at over a carat each. It must mean that. It must, because it's 100 carat. I don't think I've got 100 gemstones on here, do you? You make your own assessment. But that would suggest to me that I have got pieces here, which every one is, if not just, or at, and maybe even slightly over a carat. So every single one of these, therefore, for size, is around the top 1%
of all sizes out there on the market. Now, why is that important? Well, it's going to add diversity to your pieces. It's going to add a statement to your piece, which normally you wouldn't be able to get with a peridot if you've got those delicate drops. But also, actually, I always say this, inherent value for individual pieces is always the key. I mean, you can buy a diamond ring with 2 carats worth of diamonds split over 10 diamonds, so you know, tiny little diamonds, but 2 carats worth in total. You can buy that for a few hundred. If you wanted to go out and buy 1 diamond ring with 1 diamond in a 2 carat diamond, you would be paying thousands. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 14 is now your quantity. Okay, well done to all of you who've already got it. I've now got 13 available. For your size, this has got to be up there in around your top 1% of all sizes that you would expect on the market, if it's true that only 1 in every 100 is a carat. This is an incredible opportunity. You ready for this? Final 12 started off with just under 30. This is astonishing quality in big, bold pieces that mean for many inherent value once you've got a big piece in one place. And £50 is actually not going to be where I'm staying. At £50, I've got an incredible strand for its price. At that price, I've got something I'm not thinking about anymore. I've got something that I personally would be popping in my basket and adding. I'll be honest with you, I do own this strand. I do own this strand, I do adore this strand. And for me, when I first saw it and I first purchased it, I knew instantly, as soon as I just saw, do you know what? I'd seen it like the 2 days before, so I hadn't seen a picture of it because our crew, our lovely crew, such as the Tech Up Michael, will take pictures of all of the strands that you see. If you're seeing a picture of them online, it will have been taken by one of our wonderful tech ops, and the picture hadn't been loaded up yet because it was a couple of days before and I was looking in advance to see what was coming up. But I knew that as soon as I saw the carat weight and the size on this peridot from the USA, even without looking at a picture, I knew I had to own it because I knew it was a very rare opportunity. Was I over the moon when I saw how idyllic that colour was and how beautiful that glow was? Well, yeah, it just put a bigger smile on my face, but I knew I had to own it, and I knew that at that start price I was in for a treat anyway, let alone at this reduced price on your screen. 6 available. Well done to every single one of you. A real opportunity for you on that. 5 left, and I just want to show you, if you want to go total juxtaposition in kind of glow and translucency, what about? Just thinking, I don't want to get my mitts in the way, but oh, come back, Opal. Thought we were pals. Oh, like a bit of sutage?
I wouldn't have done that. When you put it there, I thinking, oh, I'm not sure, Becky, but I can see that. I would probably put another colour in there as well to sort of bridge the gap, but antique bronze in there, that combination would be amazing.
Yeah, well, if I had antique bronze wire, I obviously would have shown that next to it.
Of course.
But? Of course, I would have. Because yeah, exactly. It's like the same mind, isn't it, with me and Jan? Yeah, you're right. I think that's a great
Copper
idea.
Or rose golds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really does. I'm very surprised how well that works.
Not a problem, Gem.
Good
if
thinking,
you ever need some
Becky.
inspiration, just give us a call. You have got, ladies and gents, well done everyone who got that peridot. You lucky people. I've had a lot of fun with that already. I haven't finished using my piece yet, but I think I've done 2 pieces with it now, but I have still got 1 or 2 pieces left. And looking at it again, actually, and touching it, it's kind of made me want to get back home and start crafting again. Maybe tomorrow. I've got for you here, everyone, your opal now. Am I right in saying less than 50? I am indeed. Okay, everybody, how about you treat yourself to some cabochons? A cabochon is a shape, and in this terms, it is something without a drill hole. Perfect for all you wire workers out there who like to add a little bit of your own flair, your own detail, your own design to something. Oh, excuse them. Oh, excuse. Sorry, cough-inducing these are. You have got really glorious look and detail to these, which is going to be perfect for you wire workers or you polymer clay artists. Perhaps even if you're into the likes of your resins and your soutache, which is where you kind of weave cords and sew pieces in around. What a great look, what a great deal. This is 195 carats worth of your extremely rare but natural green opal. Price point, ladies and gents. You have got your opportunity now. Come on in, join me at home. £19.95. It's free phone number, even off your landline. And don't forget, if you want to download the free app, you can. Just do that on your tablet or your mobile phone. Do feel free to do that, because you know we are a community here. You can join us on things like Facebook and everything else, and it is lovely for you to be part of all of this. So do make sure you're joining us on our Facebook. It's Jewellery Maker UK if you want to have a little look on that, and join the community and get involved with us here. And if you are brand new and you do want to join a little bit of a new fold, free DVD and booklet on your first order. Did you know? Okay, low stock on these ones now. You've got the opportunity. Can I just say to you, if you've got it in your baskets, oh, so few left on these ones, so please do be as quick as a dart whilst you can. £19.95 for you. Well done to every single one of you. A really great opportunity there. Okay, let's bring to you another low stock opportunity. Quick number, lavender. Whoa, lavender amethyst. Light amethyst. It is a light hue, definitely. Definitely got some of those lavender hues in there. Gem, I know you're not afraid of a quirky shape.
No, not at all.
No, I know.
In fact, I'll probably gravitate more towards that shape than anything else.
Tell me for why, please.
Because I like that it just doesn't, there's nothing about it that says I could be man-made.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So I love the fact that it looks organic. It doesn't look like it's been machine made. It looks like a one of a kind. I love that, about those shapes.
I would say in particular, when you look into the heart of this gem, you can tell that's not man-made. You can tell that's not a machine, or we haven't got any, purple coloured batter, or glass even, and just gone and blobbed it into a tray and then let it dry. You can tell, look at all of those internal intricacies, those internal matrices, and the way that works with the light.
The natural facets, aren't they, within the gem, those internal things, internal inclusions, they give you something really special. I love that shape. I'm definitely more inclined to wear that than... the other thing is I like sparkly, but I don't like delicate necessarily for me. So I like something a bit more edgy. So I can have sort of that classic sparkle with that, but I don't have to. It's not traditional then, which I like.
I know what you mean. Yeah. It's dare to be different, isn't it?
Yeah.
But still with a little bit of femininity, a little bit of sparkle for the magpie within us all.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to add a little bit of pizzazz to your collection, now you can. You ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, final few opportunities. Just £9.95 for you today, ladies and gents. A real spectacular opportunity for you on that light amethyst. It's so beautiful in its effect. It really is eye-catching. And don't forget, ladies and gents, if you do want to add this to your order, if you're putting it in your basket, you're just saying, oh, I quite like that. You've got to check it out to make sure it's definitely going to be yours in a few days. So please do that as quickly as you possibly can. A genuine, real deal gemstone, natural. Naturally occurring, 10 of you with it in your baskets. Okay, everybody, now is your time to be checking out. Wonder what my quantity is looking like. Started off with just under 50, and right about now we're looking at approximately under 30 already. Under 30 we've got on that one now, so please do be as quick. Thank you all for checking out. We do appreciate it, and it's always nice, so then we can tell you how many we've got left over. Okay, I gave you a little bit of a sneaky peek. If you really loved the earrings I had earlier on, you know these ones, the black spinel ones? Yeah, these ones here. These ones that we looked at and thought, oh,
How much are those black diamond earrings going to be? Yeah, these ones. We did them earlier. Those ones. I have got for you, it's friend, I would say. A little bit of a different look on the next ones I've got, but very, very workable in exactly the same way. Right here, right now, get your hands on them. You're about to fall in love. Heart. Stand by. Gemma Crow, if I say, well, if I just show you these,
Oh.
isn't that interesting? First thing that comes out of her mouth, oh, because I awed as well when I saw a picture of these.
They're romantic, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are pretty. They're so girly.
Yeah.
You know, they're like a princess, aren't they?
Yes.
So they're for the ball or for when you're getting married or, you know, special dates and things like that.
Oh,
see,
yeah, they are.
They're
Aren't
lovely.
they? I'd love these being the date night earrings.
Yeah,
I love
why not?
that. Oh, it's date night. I'll put my date night earrings on. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Aww. Ladies and gentlemen, now is your opportunity to be treating yourself to these glorious 925 sterling silver topaz earrings. A gorgeous, glorious shape you get with a heart. When you see a heart, it makes you think of friendship, makes you think of love, might make you think of your family even. It's one of those shapes that I think is universal. It's one of those shapes I think that any age can work with or wear. And I think for me, with this amount of dazzle, this amount of sparkle and detail and interest, it's quite a captivating thing really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, captivating. They are captivating, and the heart is universal, like you said, so everybody can connect with it in some way. So yeah, in that sense, they are captivating then.
Yeah. I think this is such a beautiful look. I really, really do. And I think if you, depending on, well, you know, who does your heart belong to? You know, when you're thinking about someone, I think you could think about their birthstone, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And that's you sort of saying, giving them this as a gift, and you know, it's their birthstone, it's their heart. You're saying, you know, your heart belongs to me. It's a really thoughtful, really kind and caring design you could do with these, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely, and very sort of in keeping, like anniversaries and things like that. That's the days where, or even your child's birthday. I often think, you know, on your child's birthday, you really, as the mum, should be celebrated.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely. Definitely
You know,
should be.
But that's a nice birthday gift for, you know, commemorating the birth of a child with their birthstone on, you know, because that's, you know, more than likely the most memorable day of someone's life.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
If you were to work with these and you did want to make these as earrings, didn't want to, what else could you do with them, Gem?
You could, the earring back, you could coil into a bail-like shape. So you could use it on a neckline piece or even on a charm bracelet and then have a charm hanging from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could use them in other ways. You could put them into your precious metal clays or into your polymer clays. You know, so there's other ways of using it, not just as a heart earring. Yeah, definitely.
I'm really blown away by what we're actually going to do with this, because this is a truly unique and individual look. We had the glorious spinel ones on earlier, which I think just looks beautiful. Really looks beautiful, doesn't it? With these, ladies and gents, I think you've got the kind of white diamond look and appeal to them, but it is a topaz. So we are going to be bringing you a different price point to the spinel, which
I think is incredible. Let me show you the price point we've got on these, ladies and gents. You ready for this? That's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. They look like they're worth a lot more than that.
They really do, don't they?
Yeah, and they're not even what you would expect to see in a high street jeweller's.
No.
They're more boutique than that. They look very specialist, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a really big price tag with a really exclusive gem dripping from there, like a beautiful pearl or Tahitian pearl or something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
It
I can
wouldn't be
definitely
out of
see
place.
that.
It would definitely be the right sort of crowning glory for an exquisite gem on the end, wouldn't it?
Totally. And what I would say is, pairing with this, how easy is this going to be to pair with?
Oh yeah, anything.
Whatever you want. And anything.
Yeah.
Anything at all.
Yeah.
Totally clear gemstone, grey, blue, gold. All of these colours are going to work with this in a gemstone, aren't they?
And your organics as well. It won't even be out of place with leathers or woods or shell or anything.
Yeah.
Really anything.
Now the thing is, I did promise you that I wouldn't be doing these at the same price as the Spinel. And I'm going to stick to that. These are brand new, never ever been seen before. At $19.95 for that crowning glory, that sterling silver framing and detail, that beautiful wearability of the butterfly back and the bar, I am going to be dropping this price down. I cannot say enough how important this is. It's a launch price offer. I can't guarantee you this price ever again. £14.95 for you today. That is your launch price offer on these ones. Can't guarantee that that's your price point in the future, I'm afraid to say. It's launch price offer. Now and again, if we're launching something, we get the opportunity to do something a little bit nudge, nudge, wink, wink, sneaky, sneaky, from the manager. We're sort of allowed to. Can I guarantee this in a month's time? No, I'm sorry, I cannot. I can tell you as well that if we do have any of these left over, and if they're able to go on the web later on, well, obviously they're on there now, but tomorrow, if they're still on the web, you won't be paying $14.95 for them. They will be $19.95 tomorrow. They absolutely and completely will be. You've got to get them today. You've got to get them whilst we're on air, because at 8 o'clock tomorrow in the morning, in the AM, up in price. £5 up in price. I think already at $19.95 they're incredible, and you went a little bit speechless at that.
Yeah, I'm really, really surprised. I was expecting quite a lot more. I know we've done amazing gem set earrings and ones that are ready to set, but they've not been complete pieces, and we've got amazing prices on those.
Yeah.
But those are set, and they're not just one setting. There's how many gemstones in there?
Absolutely loads, I've got to say, Gem.
They're full of gemstones.
Yeah, they are. And they're all faceted, mind.
All faceted.
They're not nuggeted.
No.
Sometimes when you get like a cluster look like this, they can actually just be nuggets.
Yeah, and they're just sort of embedded.
Embedded in.
Yeah.
These aren't.
Almost,
these are all pave set.
Yeah, they're all set.
And faceted.
I think it's phenomenal value, I really do.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
That well-known brand that has almost the heart actually as their logo, and on a lot of their bracelets and details they'll have the heart, and it will say, if this piece is found, please return, and it has the well-known brand on it. I think you've got that kind of look, that high-end glamorous look with this almost diamond encrusted appeal, and yet it's $14.95. Now, I'm not saying that you should. You could pair this with that well-known brand if you know someone that loves that brand. But if you're a bit worried, I know some of my friends are the types of people who love a certain brand. So you get them that brand time and time again. People who maybe have the charm at bracelets, etc. But sometimes, once they've loved it for a while, you get worried, don't you, that someone else has already bought it them or they already own it. Well, to get them something like this is going to go with all of that style of jewellery, but because it's not the brand, they won't already have it unless they watch Jewellery Maker too. They won't.
Yeah.
So, happy days. Well done, everyone. A unique individual look at a launch price offer of $14.95. Well done, everyone. 7 of those in baskets at the moment. And people on that phone line. Okay, so we've got that very, very, very beautiful sterling silver collection. And I said to you, didn't I, how perfectly these would go with absolutely anything. How about adding, you've got the love heart, how about adding the colour of love?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I know for a fact that you are quite a fan of garnet at the moment, aren't you, Gemma Crow?
Yeah, I have. I've sort of fallen in love with it. All the colours, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Especially that colour. That's the one.
You are a big fan, aren't you, of these?
Yeah.
Imagine just one of those, so simply dropped from here. Let me ask you, Gem, as a garnet lover, how much would you be happy to pay for a pair like that?
Okay, funnily enough, I was looking at garnet jewellery the other day, you know, ready in the shops.
Yeah.
And I wasn't surprised. I say I was surprised. I did that thing where I felt very smug because I can get it so much cheaper. But I saw a pair of garnet earrings which were £196 and they had matching components, so I think you were paying more. And they were garnet, it was two tones, so it was gold and silver. So there was only a little bit of gold in there, just around the garnet, but they were £196. It was only a little tiny garnet.
£196. Not here today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you this glorious strand. Totally natural rhodolite garnet. Get ready for the freshness when it's not against the skin. You could see the purples. Can you? Can you see purples in here? Because I definitely can. Just hints of them. Just hints of them. It's not in every single stone, but I most certainly can. I can see proper, deep, rich, velvet-like purples just protruding from the corners of some of these in a very, very, very pleochroic way. This is a stunner of a strand, and I have to say it is the natural variety, and I know exactly why Gemma's loving something like this at the moment. It's because of that depth, because of that interest. Every single one looks different, and I know we expect differences in the likes of your jasper and your agates, but not necessarily in gemstones that has diaphanity in a sense, in the way that something like this does. But every single one is individual. Every single one does give you a different splash, a different pop, a different depth of colour because of its natural appeal. And if you love to stand out from a crowd and you love to be unique and individual, well then this is your way you can do it. Rhodolite garnet, ladies and gentlemen. Your price point today. Really? It's rolling down, Gem. Well, I didn't realise we were doing a price drop on this. But we are, and I'm over the moon for you. This already at, £30? Wow, wow, wowee. Wowee.
That is amazing value. That's a beautiful strand. I do have that strand or one extremely similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is just exceptionally beautiful.
It really is incredible. The amount of light that bounds through this is incredible. At £19.95, if you want this richness, this interest, the quality of it is incredible. To be able to see that many purples, you've really, really, really got yourself a deal here. Now, I'll be honest with you, I think at this is almost £30 mark, I was happy with that, and you could genuinely see, I was kind of, wow, blown away and sort of shocked at that price as it was. But at £19.95, I think this is a truly incredible deal. People are allocating this to their baskets, and am I right in saying relatively low stock now? Get in there and low into the stock now. Only 40 left, well, just over, but only just. We are tottling down. Tootling, is that the word? £19.95. Whether you tootle or you tottle, just make sure you're adding this to your basket and checking it out. And do you know what? I've got an idea. Do you like wearing matching jewellery? Didn't we have a, where is it? We had a ring, didn't we? Oh, here. Yes, it is in the golden box. You're going to like this, Gem. A lot.
Oh, I do like that a lot. Is that winter satin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the filigree. It fits all snug around your finger.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, you're right. The filigree, and it kind of hugs.
Yeah.
But wait.
How thick it is as well.
I know. It's a big amount, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But wait, Gem, I'm going to make this even more delightful for you. Hang on. Come here, you. I'll get back, you. Just going to make this idyllic for you. What do you think of this? Genuinely exceptional garnet.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
That's incredible, isn't it?
What is that cut cord? That's amazing.
Yeah, we've got the brilliant on this. Brilliant. It's just the way, it's just how high quality that gem is. That's what it is.
That is superb.
Makes it look so multifaceted.
Crikey, that is lovely.
Look at that.
It's actually got those orangey, almost an orange back tone to that.
You're
That's
right.
amazing.
You're right.
That's got a rare colour to find in there.
Incredibly.
Isn't it?
Look at that fire.
Wow.
That is fire of fire. Oh no, 18 is my quantity. I did not realise, so sorry. This is an incredible looking design. What a glorious, almost, is that floral in the centre? Is it a sunburst? It looks a little bit like that. Is it, are they called mandalas? Is that
Mandala,
right? Yeah. It's got that kind of look, hasn't it?
Yeah.
About it. With that glowing, beautiful gem in the centre. If I shimmy a little bit, just to show you how incredible that colour and that detail is. Gemma Crow is absolutely in love. I can tell.
Oh, this is gorgeous, isn't it?
Isn't it? Ladies and gents, final 16. Let's get that price in. For you today, it's just, no, it's not.
I'm not looking.
It's under £20. Would you have expected that?
No. 20...
£19.95, ladies and gentlemen. Take £10 because it's only £9.95. That is incredible, isn't it?
That's amazing. I'm packing it up and going.
Literally, Gemma, literally, as soon as I said, take £10 off, just picked it up like a bag and was like, well, I'm just, you know, like the kids before the school bell.
That's it.
Like that. I'm going. That's incredible.
That is fabulous value.
The amount of silver you're getting in here is what?
That says £9.95. I thought you just said £19.95.
Oh no, it said 9. I said 19 and then said take £10 off.
Oh, I see. I didn't do that. I was already reeling from the 19. That's £9.95.
Yeah, Gem. Yeah.
Oh, I need to go.
Over allocated. Sorry. Well done to you all. What a treat. That is incredible, isn't it?
That is incredible.
And you get your little gift box too. What a great deal. Well done, everyone. Okay, clasps. I've got for you now in rose gold. Do you remember I did those 95 rose gold jump rings for you? You do, don't you? Did them earlier on. We might have sold out, actually. I'm not so sure. But if we haven't, what a great way to add this to your collection if you are a chainmail artist. Because I did the jump rings for you earlier, and now I've got matching the toggle clasps. Rose gold toggle clasp. Is that something we get to see often, do you think? Because I feel like it's not. No.
No. And I know I haven't got any in my stash because I tried to find one the other day.
Is that annoying?
Yes.
When you go and try and find something because you've got an idea in mind and you can't find it.
Yeah.
And then you have to make an order and then you have to wait for it to get there.
By which time you've moved on.
Yeah.
You started a new project and you've got another unfinished project.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I mean, we do deliver pretty quickly. You know, you're only waiting a few days, but still, you want it that second, don't you?
Yeah.
You want it that second, you want it that minute. Yeah. So, it's better to be safe than sorry with goodies like this, I think. Because sometimes nothing but rose gold will do. And sometimes nothing but 925 rose gold will do. You've got it here. And you've not just got it once, you've got it 3 times over, because I've got 3 of these clasps for you, ladies and gentlemen. The clasp itself is very easy. It's your toggle clasp, so your T-bar essentially goes through, whoop, and that's how your piece is held together. And yeah, it does say on it 95, you can see it in the middle there, so people know you've got the real deal. Ladies and gentlemen, if you love high-end, if you love glamour, now is your chance. 3. For £6.95. I think that is very special indeed.
That's a great price.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because it adds so much value to your work, just having that sterling silver and then to have the gold, you know, 9 carat, the gold, rose gold plating on top, again, adding more value.
Yeah, definitely. It's just adding each time, isn't it?
Yeah, and it doesn't just add value to the price tag you put on it. It sort of amplifies the value of the gemstones. So it's saying I'm worthy of having a precious metal, you know?
Definitely.
So I think it sort of encourages everything to come up a level.
Definitely. It's very much next level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very much next
Definitely.
level for things like this. And at $6.95, I think that's a corker.
It is.
It really is.
Great value. You can't beat our value on our sterling silver. Honestly, can't.
No, Gem, I think you're right. I agree with you at the best of times, but I'm definitely agreeing with you on this. In particular, for 5.20 grams.
Yeah, I know.
That's generous.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ever such a lot.
That's not a sweedly tweedly bit. That's a big amount that you're getting with this. And you can feel it. You can feel that luxury. You can feel that weight. Okay, I'm about to do something very, very unique and individual. And I don't think I've ever, in my almost 3 years here at Jewellery Maker, done this. But I've got quality here, so I need quality in this strand. Is it a star buy? No. But it's got the title of it, it's got the status of it. You've got quality in clasps, and you've got, this is, you're gonna be smiling.
Okay. Diamonds.
It was all in the eyes there. Did you see? Did you see? They grew. They grew.
They're lovely, lovely. I do believe they're the ones I've got, which I haven't worked with yet because I'm still designing.
One of the most famous gemstones in the world. It might not officially be called a star buy, but for me, it is a star buy. This is impeccable quality in one of the most famous gemstones out there in the world. It's said that black diamonds formed a very, very, very long time ago. It's said that diamonds formed in general, you know, 1 billion or so years ago, but people believe that black diamonds formed up to 3.8 billion years old, which is one of the reasons that this colour is exceptionally rare. What you have with this is truly your high end of all high ends, with that richness and with that unique structure of that stunning carbon. You've got that incredible rich intensity of that 100% tone with that flash of light that really only a diamond can give you. If you're looking for black diamond, I feel like there's nothing else that you can really compare it to. It's incredible, Gem, don't you think?
It is.
Is this your one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the one you own?
Yeah. It is exceptionally sparkly. It looks, it's dazzling. It really is dazzling, isn't it? I know we compare black spinel, we say sometimes black spinel's got more sparkle, but there is nothing as twinkly as that, I don't think, unless it's been coated.
It's completely, you know, unequivocally diamond.
Yeah, it is. It's just, I don't know, it's like a million little flashlights going off, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely gorgeous. I really think it's exceptional.
I think if you do want the opportunity to be the proud owner of this, then you have to be quick, because I think I'm right in saying I'm last chance salooning. Oh, okay, I definitely am. 20. Ladies and gentlemen, you could be the proud owner of this today, and I'm going to ignore that. I shouldn't be, because that actually is smile, smile, smile price, because I would never expect to be able to walk into a high street store and get 8 carats of genuine black diamond for anywhere near that price, let alone this one that's on your screen. This is your final chance. This is your last opportunity. I don't want you to be looking at this and have someone's birthday come up soon and you think, oh my goodness, I forgot about that. I wish I brought them that diamond because they are a diamond to me, because I adore them so much and that's what they deserve, or you know, it's a big birthday or a big anniversary. I don't want you to miss out on this. So you do have to add this to your order. That is a massive price drop. £60. £60.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
But basically it's what you saved on the wire. You could buy the diamonds for. It's only £10 more.
Brilliant. You saved
That's what I'd be thinking.
loads of money on your wire. It's going straight towards the kit essentially, isn't it?
£125 towards your diamonds. That's how you look at that.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Fine.
That's fair enough.
That means that they only cost you £15. I mean, come
Oh
on.
yeah, you can't say that's a bad thing at all, can you?
That's how I justify things in my world.
I love that. Wire, single figures on that quantity. It's at the bottom of your screen right there. Massive, massive amount, 500 metres worth, bottom of your screen. $77.95 was your price point on that today, ladies and gentlemen. This is an incredible opportunity, and realistically, with this beautiful strand of your bicone, it's a really luxurious look and appeal. Well done, absolutely everybody. $139.95. Now, you may not know this, but I very sneakily gave to Gem those spinel I did earlier. You remember the strands I did? And oh,
I
Gemma!
didn't have much time, but I just thought it was a really sweet little bracelet.
I love this. Take a little look. Have we still got some of that left? Yeah, I think we do. We're just going to put it up on your screen. What a glorious design that is, Gemma. Thank you so much for creating that for us. We'll take a picture of that and put it online for you in a bit. Gem, you're an angel. When are you with us next?
Monday, I got a morning show.
Monday morning?
Is that right? Yeah,
Bright
Monday
and
morning.
early.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I will see you in the crossover, I'm
Yes,
sure.
I'm sure you will.
Gem, thank you so much for
You're
today.
welcome back.
Thank you all at home for all of your support and all of your lovely messages in, and thank you for sticking with us today. I hope you've had a sensational afternoon with us, and I know I most certainly have, especially with all the creativity. I am back with you tomorrow in the afternoon for even more fun to be had by all. Do not forget, you've got the late show coming up, so do stay tuned. By the looks of things, they've got some special treats. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Stay safe, everyone.